Hello, Cooliers. How are we all doing? It's Matchday 9 in La Liga. We're back from the international break, and we've got a Catalan derby at the Montjuic Stadium. It's Barça against Girona, looking to get back on the winning track after two defeats before that international break against PSG and Sevilla. Joining me here in the studio, Pablo Bulls. Pablo, how are you?
Yeah, very well, Robert. Thank you. Really looking forward to this game. It's a Catalan derby, always exciting. Has a bit of extra edge to it, I think. And like you said, after the PSG defeat, the Sevilla defeat, I think these players will be motivated. Barça will be motivated. All the fans will be thinking, let's get back to winning ways. We're 2 points behind Madrid now. This is an important clash. It really is. Plus the injuries, which we'll go into.
Yep.
This is vital. So it's a good chance, I think, for Barça to get back to winning ways. Really excited to see how we're doing today. I'm expecting, from what Flick said in his press conference yesterday, a really hungry team, energetic team, and hopefully we get the 3 points.
Well, let's hope so. Let's go to the stadium because Marc Brau is there and he has got Barca's lineup for us. Marc. We haven't got Marc. We'll go to him in a second if we can. Should we just pop the lineup onto the screen and
let's take a look at the Barca team.
Let's take a look at the Barca team. Right. Let's. Well, Marc will tell us about it.
As always, before the game, we have approached with Hansi Flick and Hansi Flick. Okay. Well, yesterday he said that we have enough players to win the game and to be supported.
I think for us, very important. So I said to the team, Sevilla was about that, about being ready from the beginning. I think that we have to do it much better. So today, I hope that everyone is focused on that. We start really good and fighting and the whole match. So it's important. Every pass, every one against one situation.
Right, well, we're having some issues there. We were having some issues. We'll talk through the Barça lineup. Parlarem nosaltres de l'alineació. Nois, no passa res. We'll listen to Hansi Flick in a second. We'll see if we can solve these sound issues because we couldn't quite hear it. So, let's go through Barca's lineup first. With Szczęsny in goal, Koundé, Eric, Cubarsí and Balde at the back, Cazador and Frenkie de Jong in midfield. Ahead of them is Pedri, Lamine Yamal back in the lineup. On the right, a starting debut for Toni Fernandez, and Marcus Rashford will be the number 9. Pablo, a very interesting lineup, taking into consideration all of the absences, all of the injuries. There were a lot of questions. How was Flick going to manage this? Ferran's out, Lewandowski's out. Of course, Gavi is out. Who else is out? Rafinha's still out. A lot of absences. Tony gets his start. Lamine Yamal's back in there. So, as I said, interesting choice.
There's an awful lot to discuss it. You're quite right. We did think with the absences, with the injuries, that Flick would have to experiment. There were question marks of maybe whether Balde would come up to the front line, whether Lamine would start or not. Who does Flick use in midfield? In the end, he's gone for this. The main talking point, I think, is Toni Fernandez in the top three, in the front three, which I think is very exciting. Let's see how that works out. He's going to be playing off the left. He scored in pre-season for Barça. This is his league debut. So this is a really exciting moment for him. Lamine Yamal does start, despite the injury, of course. He couldn't play against Sevilla. He does start. And Rashford through the middle, too, is going to be very interesting because he hasn't really played there a lot with Ferran and Lewandowski, who are usually fit. So I think throughout the day, we'll go through all the different sort of nuances in that lineup. Yeah. There's a lot to discuss, but certainly for Flick, he'll be hoping that these players have got enough to get the job done, and that's exactly what he asked for in the press conference too.
Well, I would like to ask our live chat to rate that lineup from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest score and 1 being the lowest. I also want to welcome all of the new members on YouTube. Welcome to you all.
Welcome.
And welcome to this discussion. Let us know your thoughts on this lineup. What would you have done differently, taking into account, of course, all of those injuries? It'll be very interesting as well to see how that works in midfield. Is it Pedri as the number 10? Is it Frenkie de Jong? Is it Cazador who plays in the more advanced position? I think there'll be a lot of movement in there. Lamine Yamal is probably the clear right winger. We'll see how Toni Fernandez fares in his debut. We saw Draw not too long ago make his debut. And Marcus Rashford in that number 9 is definitely very interesting to see as well. I want to ask you a question, Pablo, and I want to ask the fans a question as well, which is, who will be the key player in this game? And we're going with the front line, the front three, with Lamine Yamal, with Rashford, and with Toni Fernandez, because I think the key is going to be there. See how they can manage to create, how can they manage to threaten that Girona back line?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one we're certainly going to be talking about today is Toni Fernandez, because it's such a big inclusion. I think with Rooney on the bench, I just wonder whether Flick thought, because he's played quite a few minutes with Sweden in the international break, that he wanted to give Toni a chance, who, of course, he would have been able to see in close by in training. I am going to go for Lamine Yamal, though. And I know that's the generic choice, but I do think that Lamine is just, in a game like this as well, where Barça are missing a lot of their other stars, such as the Lewandowskis, the Ferrans, the Rafinhas, of course, who's such a big miss in these games. I think Lamine Yamal is a player who can bring the spark. Rashford, I'm certainly looking for. I think him in the number 9 role is going to be a big test for him today. Girona centre-backs will be managing him in a different way than they'd manage a Lewandowski sort of character, because we know he's going to be looking for space in behind. They'll try and limit him in that regard, but my ultimate answer is going to be Lamine Yamal, because I do think, I know it's an obvious one, but I think he has to be the player that Barça look to today, without an Olmo or Fermin, for example, in the lineup to give them that real spark in terms of making something happen.
Well, I've got some answers from our viewers. Robert Smith says it's a 10 out of 10, that lineup. Matt Lundqvist says 8 out of 10. Luis says 10 out of 10 as well. And in terms of key player, Minecraft, Lamine Yamal. Robert Smith also, Lamine Yamal. Moses is Lamine Yamal. I've got a couple of Rashfords as well in that lineup. Right, we're going to see if we can listen to what Hansi Flick had to say to Marc Brau before. We weren't quite clear with the audio before. Do we have Hansi Flick with Marc Brau?
As always, before the game, we have a coach with Hansi Flick. Hi, Hans, how are you?
I'm okay.
Well, yesterday you said that we have enough players to win the game like today, so what do you think could be the key to win Girona?
No, for us, very important. This also I said to the team. I think Sevilla was not good. It was not a good match. About the attitude, about how we are ready from the beginning. We can do it much better. We have to do it much better. So today, I hope that everyone is focused on that. That we start really good. That we're fighting and the whole match. So it's important. Every pass, every 1-against-1 situation. This is very important. We have to show our best.
Do you think that Girona could be more defense? It seems that they could play with 3 players at the back, but this is a style that they used to play. What kind of game do you expect? What kind of Girona do you expect?
We will see what happens today, but at the end it's about us. It's always about us. I'm more a coach focused on our team, because we have a strong team, but also hopefully the fans will help us when we need it, and this will be great.
Let me ask you the last one. I know that you don't want to talk about that only single name, but I remember when Toni Fernandez made his debut in Barbastro, you said that the most impressive thing was how natural he played. What do you want from him today?
How he trains, so it's the same. He is always a really good attitude. His mentality is good. He pressed today 100%, and I want that the team support him.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I will catch Hansi Flick talking in this game before Barça Girona, talking about Toni Fernandez, one of the impressive names that is in the lineup today.
It's not all about us. It's not. Sorry, it is all about us.
Yeah.
He's asking about what Girona can be threatening with. It's all about us, about how we play, focusing on keeping that identity, on playing our style, playing the way we know how to play, that press and recovery, that create proactively. We'll see if Barca can manage to do that. I want to remind you all that you can join as a YouTube Premium member. You can join our YouTube community. There are a lot of perks with that, like the use of loyalty badges, new emojis, a lot coming up on that. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you more about that in a second. Early access to new videos, premium members only live streams, members only shorts, members only live chats, members only videos. So there's a lot of access to exclusive content for you becoming a premium member on YouTube. And for example, if you want to interact with us today, it's a premium only live chat. So if you want to send in your answers, if you want to ask questions, if you want to interact with us, become a premium member.
Get involved.
Get involved. It's fun. It's fun. I wanted to remind you that you can also vote for your favorite emoji pack. So there are 4 options. It's a post that's on Barca's YouTube channel, and we will create emojis of the most voted answers. So if I remember correctly, there were cat emojis.
Get the feeling that's going to be a favourite.
There were celebration emojis, which I think was in the lead the last time I looked. There was anthem emojis and there was stadium emojis. So if you haven't voted already and you're a member, go on Barca's YouTube and you can vote for your favourite emoji pack. Right, Pablo, shall we talk about Girona for a second? Because they started out the season with a bit of a struggle, but, they hit their stride in the last couple of games and they're out of the relegation zone. So here is Girona's lineup for you with Gazzaniga in goal, with Hugo Rincon, Vitor Reis, Daley Blind and Alex Moreno at the back, Brian, Arnau, Witzel and Joel Roca in midfield, Porto and Van Aert up front. A whole load of absences for them as well.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting things about this game is a lot of the talk from our point of view will be we're missing an awful lot of players, and we certainly are, but my God, Girona have been struck by injury too. Injuries and suspensions. They had 2 sendings off. Frances, who was injured anyway, and Ivan Martina both out for this one through suspension, plus a whole whack of injuries they've got, so they are missing players. We heard Marc Barral speaking to Hansi Flick, and he asked whether Girona might play in a back 3 or not. I see Arnau Martinez they've got in a midfield there, and a midfield 4. He could easily slip into defence, a very versatile player, but that could easily be a back 5, Robert. So we'll have to wait and see how they do line up in full come game time. We've got it in a 4-4-2 here. You're quite right, didn't start the season they would have wanted. They had a tricky last campaign, really, too. When you compare the heights they reached 2 years ago, was wonderful, wasn't it, under Michel? So
a lot of turnover.
Yes, huge turnover in terms of players. They've lost summer after summer. They're getting back on form. They got a very important win against Valencia last time out. They'll come here today and think with Barça's missing players, despite the ones they've got, that they can maybe snatch something here. So intriguing to see how they set up.
It will be. What we do know is that they will try to come out with the clear idea of competing for possession with Barça, because that's what Michel likes to do. So that will be one of the keys as well, how Cazador, Frenkie and Pedri manage to keep the ball away from the Girona midfielders. Right, let's get Barça's lineup back on the screen. A reminder that we're playing with Szczęsny in goal, Koundé, Eric, Cubarsí and Balde at the back, Cazador and Frenkie de Jong in midfield with Pedri ahead of them. We'll see how that works out because there'll be a lot of movement there, I think. Lamine Yamal on the right, Tony Fernandez making his starting debut in La Liga on the left, and Rashford up front. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like it. I like it. Thumbs up for me.
I'm a fan.
Right, Pablo, are you ready to guess the player?
I am ready to guess the player. Come on, let's do it. I back myself in these games, but I will say, guess the player is a game that often catches me out. So let's see.
Well, we've got photos from the training sessions of this week, and I'm a bit in the dark with this as well, so I'm gonna play along as well. Okay. I see that Pilita Malaguita and Alia are joining us, saying "Hola, culés, bona." Hey guys, hi,
hello,
hi
people.
everybody. Are you ready for guess the player? Here it is. Right, first secret player. Who might that be? Who might that be?
I wonder what the chat are saying. There's some decent options. You know what makes this interesting as well? We've obviously had a lot of B-team players, Barça Athletic players, I should say, training with us this week. So I'm just wondering if you've thrown a curveball in there. I'm just thinking by hair-wise that it looks a lot to me like Cubarsí.
You think it's Cubarsí?
I'm going to go Cubarsí. I don't know what people are saying, but I'm going to go Cubarsí.
Okay, well, he's in the lineup today, and the players are slowly starting to head into the dressing room. So, Mac Lumbis reckons it's Cubarsí. So does Minecraft. So does Alia. The answers are starting to trickle in. It seems unanimous. Everyone seems to think it's Cubarsí. FCB Dimani says Cuba as well. So 3, 2, 1. Bum, 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 bum. It is.
Hey, Cubarsí. You
know what? Cubarsí.
Cubarsí. The first time I saw it, I thought it's Cubarsí. And I don't know why. I started doubting. And I thought maybe Lamine with like the front hair. I don't know why.
Pedri sometimes says, yeah.
But Cubarsí, yeah.
Yeah, it was a unanimous Cubarsí on the live chat. Hisap, Luis Moza also going Cubarsí. Right, let's get the next one on because, we're only 12 minutes away from the game. Who might that be?
Ow.
I actually know who this one is, and I have to say it's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one, Robert. Wow. I've got a name that's come to my head here. This could be completely off. And the name is Dro.
Oh!
That I want to throw out there.
Okay. Do you agree, guys, with Pablo as the players are heading into the dressing room? And I think we're going to be able to go to Mar Brau in a second. There he is. Okay. So let's see. FCB Dimoni says a draw as well. Lucas says draw as well. Pablo Wool says draw. And it is draw.
Vamos.
And
Look at
we're gonna ask Marc Brau the last one. There he is, trying not to get sprinkled. Marc Brau, are you ready to play the last guess the player with us? Can you see it on your mobile phone?
Well, I don't have the image, but well, let me check. Just let me just 1 second.
I'm going to pop it on the screen.
To know which player. Remember that there's a. Okay, there's a little delay
one next
here,
to Gerard
but
Martin. You
first
should
of all,
have
I
one
to say
next
that
to Gerard
I'm glad to be
Martin.
so back with you guys.
Marc, you should have one next to Gerard Martin.
Next to Gerard Martin. I'm going to the image. I'm just checking it.
Let's see.
I have to say that I have questions for you two guys. It's difficult this one.
Go on, Brau.
Smaller than Gerard Martin.
It's not Rashford. Correct answers in the live
From
chat, I
Amazia?
have to say.
I'm just in precision, guys. I rev late to the season.
Right.
So
well,
I have to
everyone.
say, I'm no. I don't know.
Everyone has it right in the live
have to
chat,
give me a key.
Marc. So it is Bruni Bardaggi.
Bruni.
There you go.
I thought about him, but I told you it's a La Masia player. You didn't say nothing. I wanted a key.
Oh, I thought you weren't asking.
I got revenge, guys.
I didn't
because
know you
I
were
have my
asking.
quiz back.
Okay, good.
No, yeah,
right.
no,
Well, Marc,
Don't
we
worry,
didn't
but
hear
I
you.
have to say that I got my revenge.
Marc, we didn't hear you talk about the lineup, so if you want to share your thoughts on the lineup, it's on our screen right now. So first of all, let us know what you think about the lineup, and then we can do the quiz.
Well, we have to say that yesterday, as Pablo and you talk about in the warm-up, yesterday Hansi Flick said we have enough players to win. Of course, we have a lot of injured players, 7 players out of the game, Marc-André ter Stegen, Gavi, of course, but also Joan Garcia, also Dani Olmo, also Lewandowski, also Rafinha and Ferran. But Barca players are ready to play quite good. And I have to say that the key was given by Hansi Flick yesterday. Not only that we have enough players to play, that there's an opportunity, there's a big chance for players who not always playing so minutes. It's important for him, especially Tony Fernandez. We talk a lot about him in the warm-up, but we have to say that he only played several minutes with the first team in the Barbastro game of the Copa. I have a friend here. Kat, how are you? I'm glad to be back with you again. I'm glad to be back with you again.
Give us some cat emojis,
Kat,
guys.
Yeah, say hello, Kat. Say hello to all the Barca Live fans. Yeah, cat emojis. But while this, I will ask you the same question as always. So, Kat, I want a score. Un resultat. So, is counting. So, let's come on. Barca 3, 4, is thinking. Kat is thinking. 4, more, 5. Yeah, Barca will win. Okay. This is the thing that Kat is saying. I don't remember that Kat cannot speak, so I have to speak all him. So Kat, thank you very much. We love you so much. I like the way that the new kit is fits you. I like the way. Bye, Kat.
Say bye to Kat, everyone.
Our
Love
friend
you,
of
Kat.
us. So yeah, this well. I don't remember what I said about the lineup because when Kat is with me, I'm in love with Kat.
Right, well, let's do the quiz. And by the way, Marc, much appreciation for your return to Barca
Yes.
Live on the live chat. People welcoming you back.
Okay. I love you also, Barca Live fans. But I have to say that Paul also is a big player here in Barca Live. So maybe in the next games we will play with him too. So guys, I have the quiz. Not very difficult, but I want to get my revenge after what happened with the photo with the guest player with Bruni Bardaggi. I want my revenge with you guys. So let's go with the quiz. First question for you guys, both of you. Barça Girona, I want to know when was the first official game against Girona, the first Barça Girona? It was in 1948, 1971 or 2017?
You might be better off with the history here, Robert.
I seem to remember when we made our debut against them, or when they returned to the first division. There was a lot of talk about it. This is the first time in an official game that we're playing. So I'm going to go 2017.
Okay, I'm going to back you, but he's thrown some curveballs in there in the 1900s that have thrown me off that I wouldn't I wouldn't be sure about what I'm going to...
I'm sure there are some Copa Cataluñas in there that don't count as official games. So, Mark, 2017 we're going here.
Well, as you said, we played against Girona many times in the 20th century, but it was an official game. So the first official game was, as you said, 2017. It was in Montilivi. Barça won that game 3-0. The game back in the Spotify Camp Nou was a 6-1. So you're right. So I have to go very quickly with the other two questions, as always. It's a new season, and I have also to be very quickly in my quiz. I don't know why. Second one, 3 players who are in the squad today, 2 playing for the lineup, 1 in the bench, who have never scored the goal against Girona. Andreas Christensen, Frenkie de Jong or Pedri. 2 of these 3 players scored the goal, but 1 no. Who was?
I know that Christensen has, because he scored that cracker against Girona at Montilivi.
He did. I know Christensen scored. And you know what? I think I know this one, because I remember Pedri scored in that season when we won 1-0 all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Pedri scored the only goal at Montilivi, I believe, and De Jong would then, as you say, I remember the Christensen goal. So, Mark, first of all, very special welcome back from me too, and great to see you again. I'm going to go for number 2, Frenkie de Jong.
Me too.
It has to be De Jong, because he renewed his contract last Wednesday, and it's a question about him, so why not to celebrate the new renewal of this contract here in the derby against Girona? Pedri also scored last season, Pablo, in the 1-4 with a double score by Lamine Yamal. I don't have enough time. I will give you the question, and you have to answer it, because it's not easy. Today, Toni Fernandez is playing the first La Liga game. There are 2 players on the bench who never played a single game with Barça first team official game, Xavi Espart and Juan Hernandez. But I want to know, how many La Masia players made his debut with Hansi Flick on the bench? I have the options 5, 7 and 8. I have to say you goodbye, and you have to give the answer back when the game is about to start. Let's go and explain how many players and which players debuted with Hansi Flick. Bye-bye, guys.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so, Pablo, draw is the latest one.
Yeah.
I don't think we're counting Tony in this. I don't think, because the question was
Dave.
No, wait a minute.
No, he debuted with Flick.
He debuted with Flick in the Copa del Rey. So Toni Fernandez counts, Draw counts, Jofre Torrents,
Gerard
Martin, Bernal, 5.
They have to be current players, I'm guessing, right?
Well, or players from last season, like Pau.
I'm thinking of Pau Victor is what I'm thinking of, but I have a feeling that is.
But Pau Victor is not a Masia player. He only played for Barça Athletic.
Okay.
Where
were we? You had Draw, you had Jofre, you had Gerard Martin.
We had Toni Fernandez. No, Cazador already played with Xavi. Bernal. That's 5.
5 is an option.
5 is an option, but there has to be a couple of more that we're not thinking of.
It's not Hector Fort.
Not Cubarsí.
Not Cubarsí. Not Cazador, as you said. In the front line, would there be anyone else?
Oh, Dani Fernandez.
Dani Rodriguez.
Dani Rodriguez, sorry. Dani Rodriguez.
6.
Right, shall we go 7?
Yeah, we don't know the 7th, but maybe 7. Mark says he's going to, when he gets to his position, he's going to tell us the correct answer.
Alias says 6, which was not an option. Alias says 7 now. Minecraft says 7. Luis says it might be 8, but I'm going 7. Cuenca? I don't know.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, Andres Cuenca in the Champions League against young boys.
Yeah, true.
That's a cracker. Yeah, there could be 8, Robert. I think there's 8. I think the answer's 8.
Is that right? Is it 8? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Boom! There you go. FC Dimoni saying Sergi, Cuenca, Bernal, Toni, Draw, Torino. Right, there we go. Well, let's get the lineup back on our screens, because we're 3 minutes away from the game, and the players are in the tunnel. So, Pablo, I think we're ready to get going, right? We're going to have to go silent a minute so that we can start the game commentary here. So, guys, bear with us. We'll be back with you in just a second, right? As a matter of fact, let me get the score on here now. Pass a loop out, and let's get the score on when we'll be ready to get going. Right, players on the pitch.
It's Barça versus Girona in Matchday 9 of the La Liga season. Barça and Girona players taking to the fields at the Montjuic Stadium. Barça, after slipping up against Sevilla most recently in the league, and of course PSG in the Champions League, looking to bounce back here this afternoon. players out on the pitch here for Barça versus Girona. Fans ready in the stadium. It's one of those great Catalan derbies that you don't want to miss at the Estadio Olímpic Luis Companys. Barça with several injuries, Girona likewise. Hansi Flick and Michel have plenty to deal with this afternoon, but Lamine Yamal is back in the starting 11. That's great news for Barça, of course, who come off the back of those defeats to Sevilla and PSG. Girona having a difficult start to the season themselves, but they will be hopeful they can surprise a few here and get something out of this game. Rather overcast day here in Barcelona. Delighted to say I'm joined by Robert Van Ekalt on the commentary. Robert, this is a big game for Barça, I feel, as we're just approaching kick-off now for everyone watching along. Need to get back to winning ways.
Big game indeed. A Catalan derby at Montjuic, and Barca looking to get back on the winning track after losing the 2 previous games to the international break against PSG and Sevilla. We want good sensations today in spite of the injuries, in spite of the absences. We'll talk about Hansi Flick's lineup in just a second as we get it on the screen right now. So Pablo, why don't we go through it?
Barca team by Hansi Flick. Szczesny starts in goal, back 4 of Balde, Cubarsí, Eric Garcia and Koundé. Across the midfield 3, Pedri, Casado and Frenkie de Jong. And Lamine Yamal, Marcus Rashford are joined by Toni Fernandez for his first start as a Barca player. His first minutes in the league too. He did play in the Cup against Barbastro, but a big call there from Hansi Flick to include him in the starting lineup today.
Frenkie de Jong, the captain, and yes, I agree, it's going to be an interesting front line with Marcus Rashford as the number 9. We'll see if positional, we'll see if there's a lot of movement in there. We'll see how many deep runs he can make, making the most of his speed. It'll be interesting to see how he combines with Lamine Yamal and Toni Fernandez. Let's talk about Girona for a second.
Well, Girona also struck by injuries, that's for sure. Gazzaniga starts in goal. Rincon, Reis, Blind and Alex Moreno across the back 4. It could change to a back 5, but maybe for now. Brian Gil and Joel Roca on the wings. Axel Witsel and Arnau Martinez in the middle. And Porto is going to be up front with Banat. So 7 for injuries for Girona too. Also a side certainly struck by problems themselves, as we have this support here, Robert, for the floods that have been happening recently.
Yeah, the terrible floods in Terras de L'Ebre, and the support from Barça and Girona, all those areas that were quite devastated by those floods. I want to remind everyone and thank everyone who's watching us here on YouTube as well, that they can become new YouTube premium members. I'll go over some new members in a second because we have quite a few new ones as well. A lot of perks, a lot of advantages. There's a lot of early access to new content and to exclusive content if you become a YouTube member. So be sure to do that. Today, exciting game, a debut mark for Toni Fernandez. A special game also for Frenkie de Jong, the first one after renewing his contract. We saw that this week. Good news for Barca, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful news, I think, to see Hansi Flick and keep such a vital player in his team and Frenkie de Jong. Renew him for 3 more years until 2029, and it was a nice act too there to see him. He was so joyful too, and I think he's been such a big player under Hansi Flick as we getting underway here for this game between Barça and Girona. The first whistle has been blown, Robert.
First whistle has been blown, and the players coming to a halt for the first 30 seconds of this game. This is a protest by the Spanish Association of Football Players. Protest against that game against Villarreal in Miami. It's going to happen in every game in this Matchday 9. The game is underway now, and Barca will play from behind. Yeah,
just a short pause there as Szczesny gets us back underway then, and Barca here kicking from left to right in this first half. We are hoping for 3 points in this clash, of course, and I'm sure all the fans watching on too in the live chat will be looking for the points too. Hopefully a good atmosphere inside Montjuic here too today. The Catalan derby, always exciting. We didn't get many of them, of course, as we saw in the quiz from Mark in the preview, between Barça and Girona at least.
Yeah, no, exactly. Girona only got promoted into the first division back in 2017. Mixed results for them in these seasons that they've been in the first division. Of course, the highlight was a couple of seasons back, 23-24, when they qualified for the Champions League, that magical season that they've had. Bit of downfall since. They've had a bit of a struggle, a lot of injuries as well at the beginning of this season, and we'll see how they set up against Barca, as Frankie de Jong was looking to make a run in there. A couple of interesting things that I want to talk about. One, at the back. Cubarsí on the right, which is something we hadn't seen, I believe, this season. Eric Garcia starting on the left. Pau Cubarsí in his more natural right centre-back position. I also want to remind the fans, and they can see it already, that in the live chat we have a poll. Who will score the first goal of the match? Will it be Lamine Yamal? Will it be Rashford? Will it be the debutant? Will it be Toni Fernandez? That is going to be my vote. I'm going for a debut goal.
Go on, I like that, Robert. Be brave. Yeah, go for Toni Fernandez. I like that. And I'm just looking early on here to see the position that Tony's taking up. He's playing quite centrally, and he's interchanging with Rashford a lot. Yeah. Get the feeling that could be the case throughout this game, and I think Balde will try and gobble up a lot of the space on that left-hand side, which will also be exciting for Barça, who've drawn an early free kick here deep inside the Girona half, trying to put pressure early on Gazzaniga's goal. It was Brian Gil who was tracking back there, and he just caught Balde. He was also suffering with an injury in recent games. He came on at half-time against Sevilla. This is his first start back after he also came on against PSG. Good for Barca to have him back in the ranks as Rashford setting up this free kick here.
Marcus Rashford, the player with the most assists this season. He can whip it in.
So then, first chance here for Barcelona. Marcus Rashford over the free kick. In by the Englishman. Up go the heads and beat it away by Gazzaniga at the front post.
Punches. Or fists out there by Gazzaniga, and Barca will keep attacking. Here's Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal now. Well, we're hoping he can dazzle today, Robert. Here comes Lamine. Stands up his man. Still Lamine Yamal, and he just got a bit too much on that to the byline. Trickles out for a goal kick. So early positive start from Barça, who are trying to put Girona on the back foot. As you would expect, I mean, you made the comment, Robert, that Girona will try and have a good amount of the ball themselves. But, hey, to start off, it's been Barça who've had a lot of the ball in the opening exchanges here. But there you go, Girona trying to play out the back themselves, and
they will do that. They will do that with Michel. That will be their idea now. Gazzaniga playing it long straight to the feet of Szczęsny. Right. Toni Fernandez only has 4% of the votes for first scorer on the poll on the live chat, and I find that disgraceful. I'm sorry. What is wrong with you guys? Come on. Trust the debutant. Marc Brau, you're at the stadium. Let us know. What's the atmosphere like? Who do you think will be the first scorer of the game?
For the moment, he's supporting Lamine Yamal.
Brilliant from Lamine Yamal. Still Lamine, and he hits it just wide of the post. Mark, sorry.
Yeah, I have to say that, well, the atmosphere is quite good. I have to say that all the people we are watching just to the sky, watching if it's raining or not, because some drops were in the field in the warm-up. This is the reason, because you are not seeing a lot of light on the pitch, because it's a very cloudy day here in Barcelona. But I have to say that it's a big atmosphere. I don't know what can be the attendance. Remember that the two games played in Montjuic, more than 50,000 people were here against Real Sociedad and against Paris Saint-Germain. I think that today we will be also very close to the 50,000 people here in the third game this season in Montjuic. I have to say just two things of the lineup. First of all is that Eric Garcia is playing in the left part of the defense as a centre-back, and Pau Cubarsí in the right. Remember that without Íñigo Martínez in the start of the season, Cubarsí usually plays at the left, but today Eric Garcia is playing on the left and Pau Cubarsí on the right. And the other thing is that Pedri and Frenkie de Jong, I think that they will switch a lot of times the positions of the midfield, with Pedri and Frenkie de Jong switching position as an attacking midfielder.
Well, the fans upping the volume there, and Barca moving the ball. First touch there, beautiful.
Yeah, you know what's also quite interesting, Robert and Mark? Look at Toni Fernandez's position. He's almost playing as the false nine, and Rashford is playing off the left, just to start with. And I think you're right, Mark. They're going to interchange all of them, De Jong, Casador, Pedri, but also Toni Fernandez and Rashford. There's going to be a lot of interchanging, I think, today between all the players.
You know what I'm going to do here, Pablo? I'm going to correct the graphic. I mean, let's try and be loyal to what's happening. Marek, sorry, you were trying to say something.
Well, watch out here, because Pedri's coming forward, just delays his shot
I want to say that
instead.
this is the most surprising thing in the lineup.
Finds Lamine Yamal, who just delays. Mark, back to you in a minute, because here's Toni Fernandez. Couldn't quite find Alejandro Balde waiting with the ball. Mark.
No, the one thing I want to say is that we didn't thought that maybe Eric could play on the left. We didn't thought that De Jong and Pedri can switch positions, but for me, it was very clear that Tony Fernandez would play on the left because in pre-season he played there and Rashford as a number 9. But as you said, Pablo, very good thing. For the moment, Tony Fernandez is playing as a false 9. Remember that with Barça Athletic, Tony Fernandez played in that position many times. But for me, it's surprising because, as I said, the pre-season, Tony played on the left. Maybe because Hansi Flick wants to surprise Girona is the thing that Tony Fernandez is playing there. But as you said, many changes could be possible at the end of the game. For the moment, I have to say that the start of the game is quite good for Barça. Yesterday, Hansi Flick said that the start is very important for not what happened against Sevilla. And for the moment, I think the Barça is playing quite good. We didn't have a lot of opportunities, a lot of chance, but I think the way that the team is pressing is quite good.
Right, well, Mark, I have a question for you and for our audience as well. What will the key of the game be? The reaction after the international break? Coping without the international players, or without the injured players, rather? Or a dominant early start, which is what we're seeing right now? He's disappeared.
This is Pedri dancing forward. Maybe more on that in just a moment, because here come Barça, Robert, with
Sorry, Robert?
Tony Fernandez, now Frenkie de Jong. This is
me again,
Rashford.
please.
Now let's try with Raul.
Mark, I was asking you and our fans as well, what do you think the key of the game will be? Will it be the reaction after the international break, how Barca react after the international break, coping without the injured players, or having a dominant early start, which we're seeing from Barca? We need it translated into chances, but we're seeing Barca dominate early.
I go with the third one because it's what Hansi Flick said in the interview that we got with him in the previous show. Of course, it's important to be back on winning after the international break. Of course, it's important to for the players who are on the pitch not thinking on the injured players. But I think the most important thing is to dominate the game because I think that we all of us we think all of us that Barca didn't play well against Sevilla and didn't control the game. And the most important thing, instead of the injured players, instead of the score, it's to control and to dominate again the game.
Pablo?
I'm going to go for the reaction, Robert. I think we need a reaction today. I think Flick said it. He said he didn't like the attitude of his players. I think he said it to Mark actually, or in the pre-match interview. He didn't like the attitude of his players against Sevilla. So I think he needs a reaction for them today. And almost barring into that second point about without so many key players, reaction is going to be even more important. So I'm actually going to go for a reaction from the team. What are you thinking, Robert?
I'm thinking reaction after the international break as well. Barca had a subpar 60 minutes against PSG. They ran out of steam against Sevilla, were completely outplayed. Although the story of the game could have been different because we did have that penalty, which would have made it 2-2, and then it would have been Barca going gung-ho at the end, trying to create chances. Yeah. So we could have been talking about a different outcome as Lamine Yamal puts a cross inside. Ultimately, the result was what it was, and Barca, I thought, were outplayed in that game against Sevilla. So good reflection of what the game was.
Have to agree with you. Well, 10 minutes played here. Barca have had almost all of the ball. Girona have barely got out of their own half as Rashford is just dispossessed there on the far side, and he ends up conceding a throw. And I mean, early on, Girona have not really been able to get out. We can see Flick there on your screens, just pensive on the touchline, alongside Mitchell there too in the background. Both coaches watching on. Important moments for both of their teams, I think, Robert, all things considered. I mean, Flick will want the reaction, and Barca with a win can momentarily go back top of LaLiga, of course. But Girona sort of flirting with the relegation zone, and this is just as vital for them. I know these are the games that teams around the bottom end of the table won't be looking at and going, we need points in these sorts of fixtures. They'll need them against teams who are closer to them. But in a Catalan derby, you never know.
Right, well, the results of the poll are in. The first score of the match, Lamine Yamal gets 71% of the votes. Rashford gets 25%. Tony Fernandez just 4%. I insist. What is wrong with you people?
4%.
4%. Poor Tony.
Come on. And that was just you.
That was just me. Yeah, exactly. Right. Well,
here comes Pedri. Nice switch wide to Rashford. Overlap is being provided by Balde. Doesn't use him, Rashford. Cuts inside to Castelló. You can see early on here that it is Barca trying to break down quite a low Girona block, I must say, early on. Where they're going to need a bit of magic. You'd feel Pedri could be the man to provide it. Koundé's won that back heart the field. This is Lamine Yamal. Can he produce some early magic?
Do it.
Lamine Yamal blocked away. I think Victor Reis got in at the end of it.
Well, we're seeing on our screens right now, Pablo, 85% possession for Barca.
Yeah. Do you remember the home game against Real Sociedad as well, Robert?
Yeah.
We had an unbelievable amount of the ball in that.
But
in that
struggled
match.
to create opportunities.
Exactly, and it can often be the case when you have too much possession. You actually want it to be a bit more end-to-end, a bit more open, and you've got to be careful if you just aimlessly, well, not aimlessly so far I don't think, but in general, you've got to be careful if you're just having possession for possession's sake. What's been interesting too is Pedri, Castle, De Jong, almost like in a flat 3 in midfield. It's almost like no one's quite threatening to go in the number 10 yet.
Well, that was a nice little switch which can free up things on the right flank. It's a 2-on-1 on Lamine Yamal, who drops it off to Koundé.
Nice layout for De Jong. Koundé. Good feet from Koundé.
Ooh,
Lovely
nice.
skill. Now Pedri delays his run. Thinks about putting it in the box. Instead lays off Lamine Yamal. Come on, Barça. This could be the goal. It's Pedri. Can he get his shot away? Pedri, brilliant skill. Oh, he's done it! What a goal by Pedri!
Oh, Pedri! With the left foot, Pedri!
Unbelievable opening goal for Barça against Girona, who strike first here. It was like time stood still, but Pedri didn't care. He got the opening goal, and Barça have liftoff at Montjuic. Goal!
Vamos, Pedri. Down low. Hit the post. Perfectly accurate. That shot by Pedri. And just a fantastic effort.
Well, I'll tell you what, Robert, the skill from Koundé beforehand too. It was just dancing away from his players. And when it fell to Pedri in the box here, I mean, it looked as though he would never get it through from there. Almost like a training match. I think he was playing in the garden with some kids and he just finds the bottom corner with such precision. It's a wonderful opening goal.
It's a Messi-like finish, that.
It is. Passed it in.
Pedri going from right to left, driving along the box, skipping past defenders, looking for the opening, and he just passes it into the back of the net. Pedri with the opener, and he scored already against Girona. Marc, he gives Barca the first goal today.
Yeah, he scored the goal that Pablo set in the warm-up show in Montilivi in 2023. He scored also in Montilivi last season, but I think that this is my favorite goal against Girona. As you said, Robert, is an incredible diagonal slalom like Leo Messi from right to the left, and like a pass to the goal, a pass to the post, a pass to score the second one this season for Pedri. Quite different for the one he scored against Levante with an incredible shoot outside the box. That was an incredible hitting to the ball. Today it was like more sweetie. It was like more, goal pass for the post. And what a way to open the score. Quite important, because remember that last games in LaLiga we were always under the score against Real Sociedad and against Sevilla. Finally in LaLiga we scored first.
Important to take the lead early in this game, and it's a fantastic effort by Pedri, just very nonchalant. Just
I'm
gliding inside the box.
I'm so pleased for him too, Robert. I think he's been playing a step above. He really has, I think, in the last few weeks, above Barça players, above everyone on the pitch, and just watching him play is such a joy, honestly. So I'm delighted for Pedri. I mean, I think he often doesn't get spoken about in conversations he should be spoken about because he maybe doesn't get the goals. When he does score, though, I mean, he can often score some screamers, by the way, some lovely goals. The one against Levante this season. I'm thinking about the one in the Copa del Rey final last season. What a goal that was. And that one today, I mean, messy is the word. We don't often say it, but the way he just was gliding through there was incredible. And Lamine's taken an assist for that too, by the way, in and amongst all of that.
Oh, there you go. Marc, this Pedri goal is almost... I'm thinking of a Messi goal in the 2010-2011 season against Real Sociedad, is it?
It's quite similar, yeah. I think that there's another goal scored by Messi quite similar in Champions League. I didn't remember it was the incredible score against Bayer Leverkusen or Stuttgart, one of those games. Robert, do you know what games I mean?
Yeah.
2010.
There's one or two Messi, one or two times Messi did that.
But yeah, there's, but I think that you're talking about a goal 2010-2011. It was a 5-0 against Real Sociedad.
Yeah, that's the one.
It was quite similar. I think that Messi was closer to the goal than Pedri, but the finish was quite similar. That goal, I don't remember if it hit the post or not. but the way that he got the ball from the right, going to the middle, and the way that he passed, it's impossible to the goalkeeper to keep the ball because you cannot think that the ball could go there. If the most natural thing is to put the ball to the far post, and it's incredible the way that Pedri make magic. Pedri Potter again to start the game with a goal.
Well, there we go. There we go. Barca have the lead. It's 1-0. And it's all going well at the Montjuic Stadium. Hansi Flick has to be pleased with the start of his team, Pablo.
Yeah, he must be. I mean, I think this is exactly what he asked for. I mean, you said it in the just a few moments ago that Barca need an early dominant start. That's exactly what they've got. I mean, they've not let Girona out. Girona have not had the ball in a half, or not had any solidarity with the ball at all so far. So it's been perfect in that regard for Barcelona, who've just been tapping things around. And we mentioned that you've got to be careful when it's a team who are so camped in their own half, not to overcomplicate things, not to overcook things, but that's exactly what Gazaniga's nearly doing with the ball at his feet, and not for the first time this season either for Girona. But to get that early goal is vital, because immediately now Girona know they can't really do that all game unless they want to just take a defeat. So now they're going to have to come out a bit, as they are doing here, which will give us something to think about ourselves on the back foot. As here they come with Joel Roca down the left-hand side. He's got Alex Moreno providing support. Still Joel Roca. It's going to go over the top of everyone. Retrieved on this far side, though, from a Girona perspective. So still danger for Barça at the back. Rincon now just lays the ball off. Balle trying to stand up his money. Can't quite do so, but he does in the end recover. And it's going to go out for the first corner of the game to Girona.
Well, Girona trying to react here. Hansi Flick heading back into his bench position. And Bryan Gil will be the one in charge of putting the ball in. One of the late signings for Girona, returning. But the deal didn't get done until late in the transfer market with Bryan Gil.
He's a gifted player, Bryan Gil, and he was very highly touted not long ago. That's a good corner from him. Rashford is using his height there to steer things clear. And Lamine Yamal's got a bit of defending to it, which he does very well indeed. We like that from Lamine Yamal, getting stuck in there on his return. Well in, and he stops Joel Roca from progressing with the ball. Good challenge, clean as well from Lamine. We like to see that.
We love to see Lamine in defensive mode as well, although of course we'd much rather see him display his skills on the ball. Right, guys, I think you showed us the reaction of Hansi Flick to the first goal, but can we see it again? Can we see that Hansi Flick reaction and see from 1 to 10 how pleased we think he was, if we can see that reaction again? Si podem veure la reacció de Flick de nou del primer gol. Careful here.
In the meantime, here comes Joel Roca. Danger here for Barça at the back, but Casallos sees to it.
There's the Flick reaction. Look at him.
Delighted.
He's ecstatic.
Absolutely delighted, yeah. He will be, and there's no surprise about that. You know, there really isn't, because, as we were saying, he'll know how vitally important this is. So, Hansi Flick there. First Barça goal on the bag. We've only played 20 minutes here at Montjuic as Porto whips in the resulting corner away by Eric Garcia. A bit of tossing on the edge of the area. The bicycle kick is in. What an unbelievable equaliser for Girona.
Witsel.
And it's Axel Witsel. Barça 1, Girona 1. Robert, I can't quite believe what I've just seen there. Out of nothing, Girona level.
I was just going to say, Girona, since conceding, have made a push here. They were going forward. They were in dangerous spots for Barca, and I mean, you couldn't expect this to happen. Axel Witsel with a bicycle kick inside the box off of a second chance on a corner. I want to see it again, because it's one of the goals of the league, no doubt. I'm not sure what you do with that.
Wow, I mean, it comes through here. He's onside. This is going to stand. Witsel, you can see him there. I mean, what an attempt. I almost felt in live time as if it was slowly creeping into the corner, and then Szczesny, no chance to him. He couldn't get there. He couldn't get over to his far post. And it is placed to perfection. And that is, well, it's quite gutting for Barça, because we will feel that we defended that situation. There wasn't really any danger, and straight back in, and Girona are level out of absolutely nothing. You're quite right. They did start to come out a bit more after the goal. And, well, there you have it. They've got their goal. So Barça 1, Girona 1. Axel Witsel, he'll take that. And now Barça have got to go again. Well, huge goal on the road for Girona.
Well, it's back to the starting point for Barça, Marc.
Yeah, it's impressive goal by Axel Witsel. Girona, they have only scored 5 goals in the first 8 games. 5 goals in 8 games. And maybe today they scored the best goal. Maybe it could be the best goal of the season for Girona because it was an incredible bicycle kick for the former player of Borussia Dortmund and Atletico de Madrid, Axel Witsel, who didn't start quite well with Girona. He received a red card in the important game against Levante, but Girona got 2 consecutive corners, and as Pablo said, Barça couldn't defend better that way. It's impossible to stop this bicycle kick, and also the atmosphere was a little bit cold, but Barça want to go for another goal. Let's go with the cross inside the box. Finally, Rashford couldn't control better, but the most important thing, I think, is to follow the same path that we got in the first minutes. I think that it has to be an accident, that goal by Axel Witsel. As I said, Girona only scoring 5 goals in the first 8 games, and maybe this goal for Witsel could be the best goal of the season for them.
Well, for them and period, right? I mean, it's got to be in contention for one of the best goals of the season so far, at least.
It'll be there at the end of the season, I think, 100%. Yeah, definitely a blow for Barca. But I think Marek's right. We just got to get back to the way we were playing, not long ago. Get Girona back on the back foot. What I will say is that goal has given them a little bit of confidence. You can see the way they're playing with the ball, just intercepted now by Koundé, but there again, one back, and well, here they come through the middle. Big chance this maybe for 2, is it? It's Vanat who's clean through. Big save by Szczesny, and the Kubarsi gets in the way. That's a big save by Szczesny. We'll take that all day long.
Yes, Tech
Airlines, do we say that?
Well, we could say so. Stayed on his feet, and yeah, fantastic save on the one-on-one by Tech there, who wasn't able to do much with the equalizer. There, Girona giving Barca yet another warning.
I thought it was offside in live time, but it wasn't. Flag stayed down, that would have counted. He was clean through there, Vanat, and what a vital save by Szczesny, who out of nothing has been called into action here. It was looking like it might be at one point a few moments ago, maybe a routine day at the office of Barca, but not to be the case at all. Girona have come roaring back, and I think that goal and certainly the chance they've had there will give them a bit of confidence to push on here. Barca have just got to get back to taking care of the ball, controlling things and pinning Girona back in their own half. That's a nice ball by Kubarsi into Pedri.
Yeah.
Loses control of it. Nice skill. Now they're in again. Porto's clean through, and Girona are in
Barca
here
in trouble.
for 2. It's Porto. He's missed. He's hit the post.
Eric did just enough to get in there,
Risky.
not commit the penalty. Very risky. Brilliantly calculated by Eric. That it felt like it was a clear one-on-one for Porto, who's a very speedy player as well. Eric did fantastically to recover, and he did just enough to nudge Porto, who never claimed there was a penalty, so there's nothing there. And Barca let off the hook once again.
Well, I can't believe what I'm watching it. All of a sudden, this game has come to life. I must say, the goal from Girona, and then the 2 chances they've had there in quick succession. I mean, my God, they're gilt-edged chances. Both of them, they really are. That second one from Porto, I think, even more so because he had the time. You're quite right in saying Eric Garcia got back in there to put him off, but. Whew.
I think right now Girona have had the clearer chances than Barca. Have to be 100% honest here. Barca have had more of the ball, but in a 5-minute stretch, Girona have turned things around here. Let's see if Barca can get back.
Aye, nearly from Casador. It might well fall through to Rashford, though. He tried to sneak in there. They're combining well, though, Girona. They're playing off Porto and Vanat really well, and they're getting in behind Barca. Here's a good example. Brilliant. Bang on halfway line. He was onside anyway because Eric Garcia was behind him. He did get back in there well. Underrated. He's quick, Eric Garcia.
And I mean, it's very easy to commit a penalty there.
Does Szczesny get a glove on
I don't know if he gets his fingertips to it. We'll see it here.
I think
he does.
Go the goal, guys.
Yeah, it's a save. It's a save.
The goal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Between Tech and Eric, because Eric does enough to make it uncomfortable for Porto, but I think Tech gets his thumb to it from what we saw right now in the slow-mo replay.
By the way, 2 big saves from Tech.
There we go. Right. Let's see if we can recompose here.
This is Kubarsi for Barca. Can he step into possession here? Kubarsi
Shoot!
going all the way. Still Kubarsi. He now finds Tony Fernandez. De Jong!
Oh, Gazzaniga with a save.
Gazzaniga. I thought that was it, Robert. And what a goal it would have been too, by the way. I thought that was going to fall to Tony, though. But De Jong came in, and it was rightly so. Rightly so he came in, but...
I say shoot, Kuba.
He tried to pass it into the corner. Nearly on renewal, De Jong. super save by Gazzaniga. The goalkeepers are stealing the show so far.
Right, corner kick Barca. Lamine Yamal will play it in.
Lamine short. Pedri. Lamine again. It's blocked away at the first man. Pedri's got to retrieve that. Robert, so nearly Barca back in front.
What kind of saves of the goalkeepers?
No,
As you said, Pablo, incredible minutes by the goalkeepers. The two saves by Chesney, and it's a pity for Frankie de Jong. As we said, for me, it would be the perfect celebration of the renewal of his contract until 2029. The Dutch player last Wednesday, I couldn't imagine a better way to celebrate this than with a goal, but Gazzaniga made an incredible save.
Here goes Cazador.
Pedri. Wide again to Koundé. Barca always trying to threaten on the right-hand side where Lamine is. They might switch things over now, though, because space is appearing further on the left. They do stick with the right, and Lamine Yamal. Now Lamine threatens, comes inside to Cazador. Girona back penned in their own half and deep in it too, but the space has appeared on the width for Barca with Koundé, who's kept it in and just got away from him. Frustrating.
Right, Pablo, making the most of this stoppage,
Yes.
I think I need to go over new members, because we have new members on Barca's YouTube community, new premium members. Some have signed up for the basic pack as well. So, guys, if we can get the new members logos trickling down our screens, the nos members, we'll go over. If we can get the L'Ascolto al Pit as well, we'll do that. We might have to interrupt because Tony Fernandez won it back.
Tony over to Lamine. Maybe we'll see the members with a goal. It's Lamine Yamal who steps past one. Still Lamine. Back to Tony. Quick feet this from Barca. And, well, it's so congested in there. And Girona survive.
Right, well, I'll go over the list anyway. New premium members for Barca when Barca finish attacking.
Which is almost never right now, Robert. Here comes Balde. It's relentless from Hansi Flick's team. Balde. Back to Pedri. Oh, look at the run De Jong made. Get the feeling in that role he's in today. He might make a few of those. Rashford.
That's a foul. That's a foul, Mark.
We'll take that.
And I think it's a good free kick for Marcus Rashford for this position. It could, it's a little bit far, but I think it's a good distance for Marcus Rashford, as Pablo Bulls knows very well. Do you remember that goal scored by Marcus Rashford in Stamford Bridge, guys?
Yep.
It was farther than this free kick.
That was way further out, yeah.
Do you remember that goal, Pablo?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember that?
Monica, of course, yeah.
Very well,
Yep.
yeah. So let's gonna look if it could be the first free kick goal of the season. It's quite far, but for Marcus Rashford, there's no long distance in the shoot. So it could be a big chance for Barca just at the 30 minutes of the game.
Right, free kick Barca. Rashford, would it be the first free kick, Pablo?
Here we go, Marcus Rashford
First free kick
yeah.
goal.
Could be a special moment, this Rashford. He's on good form for Barca. He steps up, shoots. Rashford!
Oi!
He's hit the crossbar. I thought that was it, Robert.
Oh, so close, Marcus.
Lamine now. Can Barca still finish off this attack with Pedri? Look who's in the back post. It's Rashford, and he can't get it back in. Oh, my God. That was surely the moment.
So close. So close. Rashford hit the crossbar. Right, let's read out new members on Barca's YouTube channel. New premium members. Jardel Fernandez, Bram, Matias Dieter, José Luis Gómez Corchero, Ryuten, Christian Dacuna, Vishalini Sher, Jordi Petit, former colleague of us.
Hey, Jordi Petit.
Shout out Jordi Petit, new premium member. Lin Yuejong, Elbrax, Hisham Barca, EA Nikon, Cyrus Latunje, and JB $10. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for becoming premium members. Also signing up with the basic pack: Jordi TV, Pichon, Wolf Hendrik Butke, Shohei Kato, Adam Labaran, Elias, Maciej Sajak, Irvin Mota, Hesap, Michal Zurko, Sushada Shrishai, and Sufio. So thank you all for signing up, for becoming new members of Barca's YouTube community. And shout out to all of you, and raise your hand on the live chat if I just shouted out your name and you're pleased about that.
I was going to say, get involved in the chat, guys. Since you now have chat privileges, welcome and get involved. Play along with the questions and enjoy this Barca Live, which Lamine Yamal is giving us something to shout about here. And very nearly gets it through, but Girona get it clear. Lamine just starting to warm up, I feel. He's linking up nicely with Tony, driving inside from the right-hand side, and it's good to see.
Well, Both teams have come very close to taking the lead. Both
They
teams
have.
have hit the woodwork. Porto and Rashford. We're seeing now that Pedri finish is just delightful.
That's an unbelievable goal. It really is. It's one you could watch all day. I mean, look at the way it trickles into the corner. I think Gazzaniga knew it, and Flick absolutely loved it. I mean, he will see that in training several times a day, I'm sure, but when you see it in a game, it's always a different sort of delight. So that was the moment that Barça thought was going to put them into a nice day at the office here. Girona have made sure that isn't the case. A Witsel overhead kick and, well, several chances clean through on goal that Wojtek Szczesny's had to deny them on a few occasions of. And, well, Barca themselves have come close too. De Jong denied by Gazzaniga from close range. And then Rashford is at the crossbar. So in the opening 32 minutes here in this Catalan derby, plenty to talk about and maybe more here because Girona are clean through yet again. And the pass across the face of goal was poorly executed. It was offside anyway, and Barca survived the latest scare. Well, we'll have a look again here.
Very close. Van Aert was off.
He was just off. He was off. And you could see he was tempted to play it across the face of goal. I wonder whether he was actually better off going alone. But in the end, Barça get away with things. And now Casador can progress from the back. Casador wide to Cubarsí. This is Koundé. Canal 2. Catalan centre-back. Wide for another one in Eric Garcia, who's driving up on the left-hand flank here. He's got Balde, who's almost playing as a left winger with Rashford coming inside. Eric again. Cubarsí. Lots of possession again for Barça, but Girona are playing it well themselves. They're setting in their own half, but they're also, when needs be, coming out themselves and causing issues. This is Pedri. Now Cubarsí back to Pedri again. You can see Flick there watching on in eager anticipation. What a run by Pedri.
Oh, there we go,
Dancing
there we
from
go.
Pedri. And it doesn't quite come through to De Jong. Now Casador again. Balde. Casador. Been so intricate around the penalty area, Barça. I have been impressed with that so far today. Lamine Yamal. Inside to Jules Koundé. Lamine, one of those typical outside of the boot balls, but Girona get it clear for now. Eric Garcia over the top.
Right, Pablo, I have a question for you. What will the score
me.
be at half-time? Will
Hit
it
me.
still be 1-1? Will it be 2-1? Will it be even more optimistic? 3-1?
I'm going to go 2-1, Robert. Go on. I'm going to go. I nearly went 3 now because I could see this being one of those games that we get one and then we just get another. But I'm going to go for 2-1.
A bang-bang, eh?
Yeah.
I'll go bang-bang.
Okay, you go 3-1.
Bang-bang, 3-1. Mark, what will the score be at half-time? 1-1, 2-1 or 3-1?
No, I think 2-1. I think that Barca will score the second one after the two big chances by Banat and Porto. I think Barca is getting things better with the De Jong chance, with the post by Rashford. Almost one goal Barca will score.
I think it's one of those in which, Girona have had their chances, and I hope they will come to dread the fact that they didn't score them.
Yeah, which can often be the case against a team like Barça. You can't really be affording to miss chances like you really can't. So there you go. Hopefully that is the case indeed. Here comes Rashford. Peels way into a bit of space. Thought about letting the shot off. Now Pedri, Tony Fernandez, Rashford. It's all very intricate in there yet again. He's linked up well so far, Tony, really well.
Yeah.
Not an easy job as a false nine because he's having to play with his back to goal a lot and he's getting physical defenders pushing onto him as we just saw there. And he's linking up really nicely with Rashford, with De Jong, with Lamine.
No, and obviously he's not the most physical of players either. Now, was he being grabbed from behind by Daley Blind or not? No call by the referee, then a foul called against Eric Garcia, which frustrated the former Girona player, Eric Garcia, as well.
Yeah, he had a lot of nice words to say, actually, recently, Eric Garcia, about Mitchell and his time at Girona, which I think we need to develop him as a player. I mean, he's almost like a guarantee in the Barça team right now, Eric Garcia. Made a remarkable return, but again, Girona too easy for them to break away through the heart of the Barça team. Again, it's Koundé.
Oh, brilliant defending there.
Ever so well, didn't he? Quick feet. I mean, he showed quick feet ahead of the goal. He certainly did defensively there. That was wayward from Castle, kept in by Rashford. Credit to him. And you're quite right, Robert. Again,
it was a 3-on-2 though. It was a 3-on-2, and Barca were fortunate to get away with it.
They were, yeah. Girona, they're getting in behind.
They are.
Something for Barca to be wary about. So far, Koundé's managed to come back on a few occasions and sweep up the danger. Now Frenkie de Jong inside to Cubarsí. A nice ball forward from Cuba into Pedri. This is Balde. Can he take on his man? Alejandro Balde, 22 today. Cross the
Nice,
back
there
post.
we go.
Surely Lamine Yamal. Oh, it didn't fall to him. Oh, and it's an overhead kick over. I thought that was going to come to him on the volley.
Corner kick. The cross was just short by Balde. It looked like it was floating in perfectly for Lamine Yamal there, but it dipped at the wrong time. And as the ball bounced off, Lamine had to wait for it. It was a bit on top of him, and then it allowed both Witsel and Alex Moreno to get right on top of Lamine Yamal.
Still a very good block. I was going on target from Lamine Yamal, who's, of course, on corner duty on this near side here. Lamine, what have you got for us? In goes the corner. Go the heads. I think that came off a Girona head. So
Another corner.
Corner on the other side. Rashford will take it.
It felt like one of those that Lamine was just going to be able to place in with the inside of his left boot there. Watch it drop and accommodate his body to do it. But the cross was just a little bit too short.
Yeah, it wasn't to be for Lamine. Barça building though. Rashford now over the subsequent corner. In by Rashford. Koundé's lurking. It's headed away at the front post. Back to Rashford. Barça dominating the last 8 minutes so here before half time. Another corner.
Barça pressing. Barça pressing. You can smell it. You can smell it coming.
We need the goal. We need the support from the fans. We need Vamos. Can Koundé produce what he produced against Real Sociedad? In by De Jong. Away by Arnaud Martinez. Maybe Lamine will hit this one. Yes, he does.
Lamine.
Just wide in the end from Lamine on the volley. You just knew he was going to hit it first time.
That was hit with mighty force, eh?
Yeah. Oh, this is the goal again from Pedri. We're just seeing on our screens here. I mean,
it's just ridiculous.
it is.
The way he gets it back across.
I know. Through the little gap that... when you're going across, he was sort of running across straight the area as well. He wasn't going in. He was going straight across and then just cut it back.
He cuts it back like across himself, really, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sensational stuff by Pedri.
Here he is back on the ball here for Barça. Pedri driving forward. He's got Tony Fernandez through the middle. And well, I think he's complaining about something. And here comes Girona yet again. They're clean through on goal. Danger here. It's Bryan Gil. It's a huge miss for Girona. I cannot believe it from their point of view that they have missed about 3 gilt-edged chances since equalising.
They're going to be kicking themselves at half time because, I mean, it's 1-1. They could easily have 3 goals right now. Porto hit the post on the one-on-one. Here, Bryan Gil, it's another clear one-on-one with Szczęsny, and he just misses the target.
I'll tell you what, there's no excuse for him. It's on his left foot. When I saw him running through,
the ball takes a weird bounce right before he finishes, right before he takes the shot, and that's what sends the ball high and wide.
I mean, from there, you would back him to hit the target. You certainly would, but a big miss from Bryan Gil, and Barça survive yet another scare.
Pablo, we need the magic hats.
Yeah, come on, get them on.
Oh.
My headphones. No. You know this better than me, Robert. This is meant to bring us goals. Am I right?
Previously on this Barca Live, when the hats have come on, in 2 consecutive games, within a minute, the goal happened.
The goals
within a minute.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to trust it, else I'm gonna be the issue myself.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping it's not going to be within a minute that Girona score. Here they come again.
You really wouldn't. Here comes Joan Roca in behind. It's going to find its intended target. Alex Moreno, that went out of play. Surely, play on. And, oh my God, they missed again.
They missed again. Witsel, the goal scorer, sent it wide. This game is going to be really hard to analyse. I'm not sure at all what's going on here.
I thought they'd score within a minute of me putting on the hat.
Yeah, but... it feels... No, I don't think it had gone over.
I don't think it had. That would have counted.
I don't think it had gone over the line. Barca need to fix something here because we're too exposed.
Yeah, we are too exposed. I mean, there's a level, isn't it, to the offside trap. It's worked so well for us, but when it's just time after time after time, it gets to a point where Hansi Flick or someone would have to put a stop to it and go, we need something else, and we need to protect ourselves a bit more. And with a midfield 3 of Castro, De Jong and Pedri on, we probably should be a bit more protected than usual as well, if you know what I mean. And, well, they're getting through us with absolute ease so far, Michel's side. Absolute ease.
Barca trying to play it long to Marcus Rashford. 41 minutes played. And Girona going forward
And
every time they get a chance here.
yeah, again and again and again. I mean, it's countless chances now. I make it 4 big chances since the goal. I really do. We're getting a glimpse of the Barça bench here, Robert, of which there are 2 youngsters on it for the first time in Xavi Esparza and Juan Hernandez. But Flick will certainly be looking at players, I think, like Fermin, Rooney Bardghji, who he'll be thinking can come on and maybe change this game at some point if needs be. He's got so many injuries to deal with, of course, that a lot of his usual suspects aren't there. And, of course, the 2 number 9s that Barca would usually have in their squad, both unavailable for now. That's a nice play, but it's not going to find De Jong.
Oh, careful here. Lamine Yamal could go from range. No.
He could have, and he was
decided to go against.
He's the sort of player who would do that.
Yeah, he went against the idea. Gazzaniga was scrambling to get back to his goal.
Cubarsí. Now wide for Balde. Come on, Barça. Is there a goal before the half-time whistle blows?
Yeah, there is.
Rashford. We've got the hats on. Pedri inside. Pedri. Oh, nearly through to Tony Fernandez. This is Rashford who shoots deflection corner. Come on.
Corner goal before half-time, like against Real Sociedad.
Come on, yeah, that's what we need here. Again, Lamine is the man who's gone over to take it. He takes it short to De Jong. Lamine again. Pedri. Lamine delays. Gets his cross in. Lamine, it's overhit and it goes out for a goal kick. I mean, what do you think Hansi Flick will be thinking? What will he be saying to his players here at half-time? We've got them on our screens there.
Something needs to be corrected when Barca lose the ball, when Barca lose possession. Girona recover and immediately find the runner, find someone who's made the run into space, be it Bryan Gil, be it Porto, be it Van Aert in the first opportunity as well. And something needs to be adjusted there, because I agree with you, with the likes of Cazador, Frenkie and Pedri in midfield, we should be, one, more protective of the ball, and 2, be able to press and just delete that option that you don't have to run.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Lamine Yamal.
Can Lamine give Barca some magic before the half-time whistle? And then, yeah, quite right, Robert Flick will have to have some words with his team and have to change something, you'd imagine, in terms of the way this is setting up. It looked so good in the opening 20 minutes or so for Barca, but that's exactly when Witsel struck a bicycle kick that's put Girona right back into things here, and they've had probably the better chances before as we head into half-time. This is Balde. Now Cazador.
Girona all bottled up at the back now.
But they've done that so well. They've got all the players behind the ball, but then they actually break in good numbers too. Lamine, dink to the back post. Rashford's lurking, and it was well left in the end by Rincon, I think, who allowed that to go all the way. So there you go. Lamine, not quite coming off for him so far today, but he's got the ball on so many occasions that you'd back him to get one of these right. As Rashford, who couldn't get around the back on that occasion, he's tried it from long range. He scored his first LaLiga goal against Sevilla last time out. And of course, the goals he scored against Newcastle in the Champions League, we won't be forgetting the second one for quite some time, I don't think.
No. I want to say hi to Emilio Sarti, who signed up as a new member, signing up with the basic pack. So hi to Emilio. I want to encourage everyone to do what Pilita has just done. Give us the Barca flag emojis. Give us the Barca flag emojis because, we need support for our team right now. And Mark, it's raining at Montjuic. Mark, how much added time are we going to get?
Well, you got me just at the moment that I'm just trying to get my umbrella. So good moment just to keep my pass. Okay, I have my umbrella back. 2 minutes. We will go until 47. It's the best moment to start reading. Thanks very much, Sky.
We can hear it.
We can hear
it.
It's quite like it's like ASMR in my ear with the little the raindrops. Here come Girona trying to grab one themselves before half-time. Castello's got his boot in there. It's a clean boot too.
No!
According to the referee, it's not. There you go. So Castello pouring down, Robert, by the way, in Barcelona. And look, I mean, wow.
Yeah, everyone running for cover.
We're seeing images here. I mean, it's tipping down.
It is. Yeah. Well, everyone hoping that it'll continue during half time, and then look at that.
But how well prepared with his umbrella, by the way.
Yeah,
he's a man prepared. He comes back and he takes the umbrella.
But thanks for giving me pass just at the best moment of the first half, guys.
Well, I mean,
I think the best thing is to end the first half, just thinking to the second one, and just be out of the rain and think in the second half.
It's tipping it down at Montjuic. Right, final seconds. Thank you, Gabriel Ange, for ascending to the premium pack. Thank you. Shout out to you.
Lovely. Long by Girona, who are trying to push one more time. Barca survived the free kick, by the way, quite comfortably that Girona had there in quite a good area. It is the away team who are pushing forward here for what's going to be the last action of the first half. However, Alex Moreno's cross, it's over almost everyone. But Brian Hill, who missed a big chance a few moments ago. Hill now back to Arnaud Martinez. Should be a Barca ball. It is a Barca ball. They're not going to
Oh my God. My friend Gil Manzano again.
Well, yeah, but it's the 47th minute, and we're on our own half.
For Barca.
Yeah.
But
it's
Robert,
the 47th.
it's impossible to me not talking on my friend Gil Manzano in the whole first half. It's the first time I'm talking on the referee.
Yeah,
you have to give me this. So guys, halftime. So it's raining a lot. It's time to get some covering and think in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Half-time between Barça and Girona. It's Barcelona 1, Girona 1. We'll be back for the second half commentary shortly.
Right, well, a lot to talk about in this first half, Pablo. Chances galore for both teams. Barca exposed in space. We've had opportunities as well, though. Mainly that Marcus Rashford free kick that hit the crossbar, which could have changed things as well. I thought Barca came out positive, but then the concerning thing is the space given at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a really fascinating first half, actually. There's been so many chances. Barca started so well, got the goal through Pedri, and it was looking like it could be a really comfortable day at the office at one point for Barca. It really was. But that goal from Witsel changed everything. I mean, Girona came out after that and got, I make it, 4 gilt-edged chances. Not just good chances, but unbelievable chances. And they haven't been able to take advantage of them as of yet. So at half-time, Girona 1, Barca 1. There's work to do in the second half. You're quite right. De Jong, Rashford had chances, but Flick will be thinking, I need to tweak something here because it's too easy the way that Girona are getting in behind right now.
I agree. It's just too easy. Barca need to fix whatever is going on when we lose the ball. And Girona are very quick to get out and attack. It's something that needs to be corrected, something that needs to be fixed in that midfield trio, of course, with the rest of the team as well. There's been a lot of running back and clear chances for Girona, who honestly should probably be in the lead by now.
Yes, I'd say so. I think they'll consider themselves very unfortunate not to be ahead at half-time. I really will, Robert.
Okay, well, I want to ask the fans, thumbs up or thumbs down for the first half? I'm going to go halfway because there's been some positives, some negatives, so halfway. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hansi Flick makes a substitution at halftime.
No.
He's been known to do it.
No, I wouldn't either. I think it's something he'll definitely be contemplating. But the question is where, because, I mean, like we were saying, he's got the... I mean, he could bring Rooney on, obviously, but I think that Tony Fernandes has been playing well. I'd like to see him have a bit more chances, a few more chances in the second half. I really would. And at the back, I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, I think he's maybe more got to change the way Barca are set up positionally than personnel. But again, he'll surely be thinking about players he's got on the bench. Fermin Lopez, the obvious one. I know he's come up from injury, but he's such a talent that we'd like to see him in these sorts of games. And he can get a goal out of nothing, as we've seen. So maybe Fermin Lopez. That's
one of the options, no doubt. Right, well, we've got a new edition of the halftime quiz with no host today. But we hope you enjoy it and that it keeps you entertained for the next 5 minutes or so. We'll take a quick breather and be back after this halftime quiz for the second half. Well, we're back. We're back here in the studio. It's 1-1 at halftime between Barça and Girona. Who got 5 out of 5 in that halftime quiz that Pablo came up with?
Yeah, they were. What it was there's a 7-second challenge actually on Barca's YouTube channel right now, which is of course how you guys are watching us. Yeah. And it was questions with Marc Castelló and Gerard Martin. And some of them were similar to the sorts of questions in that little quiz you had. We'll have them every week. I know you guys are. You're not going to have me there rambling through the questions, but there you go. Who did get 5 out of 5? They're often good at them at all, so I back those in the chat to produce the goods and get the 5 out of 5.
Luis says 5 out of 5. Mac Lumbe says, I missed the first 2 questions.
Okay, well, he was taking a break himself.
Exactly. Well, the good thing is that you're taking part in the quiz and that we're keeping you entertained. Right, halftime. We'll see if Hansi Flick makes any substitutions. There's definitely going to be a lot being said in the Barca dressing room, a lot to be addressed, a lot to maybe correct.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, Robert. There'll be positivity and optimism because of the way we've gone forward, and we have created good chances. We certainly have, but there'll be a lot of worry, I think, with how many we've given up. Apart from the goal, I mean, big chances you don't have had. Too easy, I think, the way they've broken through us. So I get the feeling Flick and his coaching staff will be looking at that and saying, we need to sort that out ASAP because we can't just go into the second half like that. They're going to keep carving through us. We need to take a foothold of this game, really start pinning Girona in, but also controlling their breakaways, which is what we're not doing well right now at all. So that's a tweak that Flick is going to have to make, and let's see the sort of changes he makes. Let's see if he makes a halftime sub potentially.
Definitely, and we'd like to see a bit more chance creation as well from Barca. Maybe look for Lamine a little bit more, try to get him to wreak havoc. We're seeing that on the pitch right now, Fermin is warming up in his playing gear, so maybe that's an indication of something to come. But first, I want to ask the audience, and I want to ask you, Pablo, who was the best player in the first half?
Yeah, this is a really tough one this time, This is a very tough one indeed, because I think we've got 3 really good options there. And I'm torn here. I'm really torn because I think Szczesny is maybe the one I'm leaning towards because he's kept Barça in this with a few really top saves. Pedri for his goal, of course. And Lamine has been exciting too. Go on, I'm going to go for Szczesny because I'm going to have to give him credit for the saves he made. I really am.
As a matter of fact, the one-on-one with Porto,
yeah.
It looked like it went straight off the post. Szczesny gets his thumb to it.
Yeah. It was a big save from Szczesny.
It's a big save. The one with Van Aert as well. So big one for him. I think that Barça, when they managed to play through Pedri, were good. He scored a fantastic goal. And for me, it's Pedri, though Szczesny did very well. I'd like to see a little bit more of Lamine Yamal, honestly. I'd like to see Barca go to him a little bit more. We're seeing some of the injured players on the bench. Barca missing them, of course, today. Ferran Torres, Rafinha there as well. I think, Toni Fernandez heading back to the bench, which would indicate that Fermin is going to come on for Toni Fernandez. We'll get confirmation of that in just a second.
Which makes things really interesting, Robert, and I think you could be right. Just judging by the fact that I'm seeing Castelló and Pedri, you'd imagine De Jong wouldn't be taken off yet. I can in fact see De Jong. So that's an interesting change, the tweak that Flick has made there. Really fascinating. Let's just see how Flick uses that, because Fermin, does he go into the front 3? Does he make up a midfield 4?
We'll see.
It's
Definitely
an interesting change.
Maybe Rashford goes into the middle, Fermin starts from the left. Right, well, we're going to start commentary for the second half, so bear with us. The players are in the tunnel, and we'll start commentary for the second half shortly.
See some of those Barca players on the bench. Robert, there is Pedri, one of those who will be hoping for some more magic from him in the second half. I think you're quite right. I think it's going to be Toni Fernandez off and Fermin Lopez on as the only change at half-time from Hansi Flick. So a big call by the German manager at the interval. I did think Toni Fernandez was doing well, I must say, but I suppose he's a young player who's coming. He did also give Dror 45 minutes against Real Sociedad as we just a few weeks ago. So just easing the youngsters in, of course, and a big moment this for Fermin. You'd feel back from injury. We've certainly missed him. I feel Fermin in recent weeks. So we'll be hoping that You know what's also interesting, we can see in Montjuic with how much it's raining, all of the fans have sort of congregated to one area underneath the stands not to get rained on. I'm just seeing images now of Dani Olmo, another one who Barça are without, and it's quite endless really, the list actually when you start going through it one by one. It really is. So there are plenty of names who Barça would love to have back. They're going to have to take into account the rain in this second half too. It's completely different conditions to what it was when this game started, and under the rain Barça, they're going to need to get 3 points here, because in amongst all how lucky we've been maybe to not have conceded a second, a third, or even a fourth, well, there's 3 vital points on the line here, and we've desperately got to get them. You know, we've got Real Madrid, of course, ahead of us right now. There you can see the table on our screens. With a draw, we'd go 1 point behind them. They'd have a game more than us, so a game less than us rather. So there's a lot at stake too, and Barça will know that. They absolutely will going into the second half.
Indeed, very important win. Of course, it's still the month of October. The Barça players are on the pitch. The Girona players still haven't come out.
Quite a delayed
kick-off to the second half,
Yeah, the Girona players have not come out yet. There they are. These Girona players are out on the pitch, as you can, as they are taking to the field here. Girona players back out on the pitch now alongside those Barça players for the second half. We're going to have a change at half-time for the second half. Fermín López on, Toni Fernández off. That's the change then, Robert, for Barça, who are going to try and find a way to get themselves ahead in this game. Boy, have we missed Fermín López. Great to see him back out there. The man who salutes to us whenever he scores, and hopefully we get to see that celebration this afternoon. It's tipping it down now inside Montjuic, which is going to add something interesting for the second half. Let's see where Fermín goes. I get the feeling he may well go left and Rashford through the middle. That is indeed what has happened from Hansi Flick.
And we'll see how much movement there is there, how much interchanging positions. Fantastic news that at least one player is back, Fermín, as well as Lamine Yamal, of course, who missed the game against Sevilla. And we'll be happy to see players coming back more in the coming games. We'll see who's available for the Clásico next week as well. Let's go over Barca's lineup with that substitution. Szczesny in goal, Koundé, Cubarsí, Eric and Balde at the back. Casado and Pedri in midfield, ahead of them Frenkie de Jong, although there's been a lot of moving around, a lot of switches in those positions. Lamine Yamal, Fermín and Rashford up front.
Yes, it's just reminding me, we will start the clock.
Oh yes,
for the second half. Let's get the clock going for the second 45 minutes.
Okay.
As Eric Garcia tucks it off here to Cubarsí. This is Koundé now bursting into midfield, wide now again for Eric Garcia. Back now to Eric. Nice switch onto Lamine. You were speaking of at half time to use Lamine Yamal more. That's hopefully what Barça will be doing here at the start of this second half. Casado now back to Cubarsí. Over to Jules Koundé. Now Frenkie de Jong. What could Barça produce here? Let's see if the rain lets up, but let's see if Barça can dig themselves out a goal to start the second half. Just see some rays of sunshine creeping back in there, which is...
that's good news, no doubt.
Nice to see. Now Balde. Balde laid off for Fermín. Well, I'll tell you what, if there was any doubts, Rashford was playing off the left, of course, in the first half. He is now going to be that outright number 9 for this second, which is going to be a different sort of role for him, different sort of challenge for Rashford. Let's see what he can produce from that sort of position. Pedri over to take the corner with Lamine Yamal in close attendance too. In it goes. Gazzaniga gets a punch on it. It's going to come all the way here to Rashford again. He's going to let it go out for a throw-in.
Right, well, we've corrected the clock on our screens after a little distraction there. And we're good with time. You know who the rays of sunshine are good news for?
Hit me.
Marc Brau.
Marc Brau will be delighted, won't he? Umbrella goes away. Fermín strikes. Easy for Gazzaniga, who goes low down to his right-hand side.
Mark, have we got any other players warming up in this second half? And has the rain stopped a little bit?
A little bit. I have to say that the end of the first half and the half time was like the last rainy ever. We have to go quickly to cover us, and also all the material. My colleague Jordi Sanglas also had to run. But yeah, it seems that it's raining, but not as much as it rained at the end of the first half. I see Rooney Bardghji warming up. Maybe it could be an option for the second half. The Swedish player making his play with the international Swedish team last week. And also there are more players going to warming up. One is Gerard Martin. So I can count 4 players. Gerard Martin, Rooney Bardghji, Roland Araujo, and also Dro Fernando, remember, who makes his debut against Real Sociedad 3 weeks ago. The Galician player also is warming up.
Thank you very much, Mark. Well, here come Girona themselves, trying to maybe open the account for the second half. Trying to be fixed on it to Brian Hill. Again, I think it was Szczesny who got in there with a fine save, and Girona very nearly inside the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Striking first. Well, big chance there for the away team already, Robert. That's what we said we didn't really want to see, but immediately they get the chance.
Did Szczesny get a foot on it?
Oh, it's Koundé.
It's Koundé, okay.
I'll tell you, it's still tipping down, by the way.
Koundé gets his foot to it, stretching out there. Corner kick, Girona, who are not going away.
No, they really aren't, and they will be, obviously, they've got a boost of confidence at half-time. Micha would have said, keep going, but often teams, when they miss chances... Go on, Brau.
I have to say something, guys. I think it's one of the weirdest games I've ever been. Why? Because it's sunny, it's raining, there's empty places in the stadium, but only one part, because the main part is covered. There are people with umbrellas, people with shirts without covering with nothing, because there's nothing on him. In one part of the stadium is raining, in other one is sun. It's very weird what is happening right now in Madrid.
It does look like weird weather conditions, because we're seeing the close-ups, and it looks like it from far right. It looks like it's sunny, and the game has been quite weird too. I will say as well, Mark. Here come Girona once again, and it's going to go behind for a goal kick. Nothing doing there for the away team. But we're seeing in the close-ups, there's still so much rain coming down onto the pitch here, despite the fact that from afar it looks sunny. So yeah, you're quite right, Mark. Very interested in it. I'm sure the spectators are getting drenched up there too, which is obviously not what you want as a fan coming to watch a Barça game. Here is Kubarsi now over to Eric. Barça still building up in that back 3 in possession, aren't they, with Koundé just tucking in. That's a nice ball forward to Fermin. He knows where the space is. It's always with Lamine Yamal, but it was way too overhit by Fermin. And Girona will gladly regain possession here.
Well, I've got a question for the fans here. What does Barca need to do in the second half?
Let me say that also Christensen is warming up.
Thank you, Marek. What does Barca need to do in the second half? Correct the defensive transitions, which I think we all agree on. Use Lamine Yamal more. I pointed to that. We need Lamine more involved here, or more shots from outside the box. Test Gazzaniga a bit more, because he's been known to make 1 or 2 mistakes.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I'll be intrigued to see what the fans say to this, Robert. I really would in a moment, but I think from a defensive point of view or in general, we'll maybe see in a minute, because here comes Fermin, shoots. I think in general, I'd probably say, you know, correct the spaces as Fermin. So nearly crept that. Was that a corner? I must take a deflection
Another
on the way
post
through. And off the post in the end.
That's post. It's post.
Again. Oof.
Yeah, off the post.
I look like it flicks through. It didn't run it straight off the post and out. I'm going to go for correct the defensive transition. That's my main point that I think we need to deal with. I think going forward, if we're thinking positively and for ourselves, use Lamine Yamal more for me. I think it's the player I'd look to. I said it at the start of the game in terms of key player and who I think will score first and who I think we can get the ball to. Lamine. So I'm going to stick with that. But I think we do need to deal with the defensive transitions, Robert. I really do.
I agree with that. Also, what Fermin just did, just take the shot whenever you get the opportunity. Maybe just avoid the extra pass today. Just test Gazzaniga. Test him.
In these conditions as well.
Yes.
It's slippery, it's wet in there, it's uncomfortable for goalkeepers, and they build out very nicely indeed. They've done that right throughout the game. We can see some of the players warming up on our screen. The ones that Mark, of course, mentioned a few moments ago. Flick is lighter on options than he has been in the past.
Well, a reminder, of course, Ferran out, Lewandowski out, Olmo out, Gavi out, Rafinha out, Joan and Ter Stegen out.
It's not a pleasant list to read off, is it? It really isn't. And we hope that changes very soon. We really do.
We really do hope so.
But Flick said yesterday, we have enough players to win.
Yeah,
we did indeed. Heading Garcia now. Barça just needs to up the ante a little bit. Here they come with De Jong. Got a little bit of a bump, but it's play on.
Predictable what De Jong wanted to do there. Play the quick pass out to Lamine Yamal, who now has the ball.
Nice from Koundé. Lamine now on the ball. Lamine, can he shoot? Lamine Yamal! Beaten away by Gazzaniga, and it doesn't fall to Rashford, who was in close attention. That's better. Another shot from far out.
But see, that's not a confident save by Gazzaniga. He decides to punch it out rather than just catch it. So it's going to be a slippery ball as well. Keep doing that. Keep doing that.
And it was sort of floated towards him too. It wasn't like it came in with that much power to punch it. So you can definitely see the nerves within his ranks. This is Eric Garcia now. Fermin laid off to Casado. Nice ball to Pedri. The space is wide. Pedri doesn't need it. Out for a corner. Better from Barça. I like it.
Yeah. Barça getting things going at the start of this second half. We had the Lamine Yamal opportunity punched away by Gazzaniga, who went early, by the way, with the leap there. He was...
He went too far almost.
Yeah.
He had to steady himself.
It's going to kick Barça.
When Lamine lines up, you're thinking it's going top corner, and he just launched himself over there. But in by Rashford on the corner. Charge to the back post for Kubarsi. And they want a handball, do Barça. I didn't get a good look at it, Robert. I'll take another look in a moment, because here comes Girona themselves. And Balde will do well to stop that ball getting through, because Van Aert's free in the middle. Or Porto even didn't get it in time, and Szczesny can come away with the ball. Barça still want a penalty.
We have to wait.
Nothing
we have to wait for the bar.
They're not
nothing there, Mark. It went off of the.
There's handball. I'm so close for the action. Okay. I would say this, that I don't think that it's handball or clear handball.
It wasn't. It came off his knee. It wasn't a handball. So Barça won't be getting a penalty for that. Here comes Lamine Yamal once more. Pedri back to Lamine. Is this a moment? Oh, he couldn't quite get it through Daley Blind, who was a little back heel at the back, very coolly. Bad giveaway though. And now Eric Rashford.
Hey, Balde. Touch.
Slipping away from us. I'll tell you what, we've got to be careful, because the more we come forward, of course, it's getting stretched, the game. It's getting open, and we're only 10 minutes into the second half. You get the feeling Girona won't mind that too much if it stays like this. Too much room, too easy. Pedri gets a
good defending.
Clean boot in there. Nice to deny Witzel. Come on, Lamine. What have you got for us? Lamine Yamal. He's got De Jong inside. Fermin is wide left. Fermin Lopez. Come on, Fermin.
Felt like Rashford went a bit too early with the run there and denied Barca the opportunity to run. Lamine Yamal couldn't quite see the pass, but now here we go.
Pedri off to Lamine Yamal. He's got Pedri back inside. He uses him. Pedri, De Jong. It's all so intricate for Barca on the edge of the area once again. I just wonder whether they've got to let off a shot. Fermin. He's not scared of letting off shots. There you go, Fermin. Gazzaniga beats it away. De Jong kept it in.
I thought that went out. Anyway.
Well, referee saying no, we're playing on De Jong. This is remarkable. And Gazzaniga cannot keep hold of the ball right now. Balde over. Well, I mean, we're seeing it, aren't we, with the goalkeeper?
Exactly. No. That's what I was saying. Test him. Now, that low shot should have been gathered. It should have been caught. It slipped away from him. There could have been a second opportunity. Fermin is doing a fantastic job there in the first 10 minutes he's played in this second half.
It's quite a routine save for Gazzaniga. And it wasn't all out. Not all of the ball was out there. So De Jong decided to play on. Fair play to him. And so just going to find an option in the middle in the end.
Well, we're seeing the substitutes there. I want to ask, who would you like to see in the second half? Dro, Rooney, Bernal, anyone else?
Yeah, leave us your suggestions, because there's plenty warming up there, but I mean, all young players.
Yeah, Araujo, Gerard Martin also there as well.
The three are naming there. I think what I'm looking at immediately is Rooney. I think when Rooney's come on, even in the game against Sevilla, where he missed big chances, he looks lively. He looks dangerous. He's making things happen.
My question is, if Rooney comes on, does that mean Lamine Yamal's coming off?
Yeah, exactly. That.
Which seems unlikely in a game like this, unless Lamine Yamal has a minutes restriction. Careful there with a cross, and it's tipping it down once again. Yeah,
it really is. And Szczesny punches clear. Now Koundé, nice boot from Koundé. This is Fermin. Look at the space that Rashford can run into. And he's a quick player too. Rashford, here he goes then.
Go Rashi.
Come on, Rashford, get your shot away maybe. Rashford still. Ball's getting stuck on his feet. That's going to be a free kick in a similar range to the one in the first half. Watch out here, Rashford. You'd imagine himself, he'll take it. Oh, bad tackle by Ben. He steps right down him, eh?
Yeah, it's almost clumsy by
I think this
Blin.
one is closer. It's closer for the goal. It's clearer, this action, but I see also, it will be definitely Marcus Rashford. I think it's in a great position for him. Of course, there are different styles of kicking that kind of shoots, but I think that for Marcus Rashford, also he can score from farther position, but for him I think it's quite big good. A great shot for the post of the goalkeeper after what happened in the first half. It's a great chance for Barca.
He's like AMSMR when Mark talks with the rain in the background, right? It's fantastic in here.
That's something you've got to go to sleep to. More of that in a moment, because here's Rashford. Get it on target and test Gazaniga is what I'd say. Over by Rashford, and it's over the crossbar. It's frustrating. I was wondering, Robert, whether maybe he'd actually be better off drilling it there. With the rain, he's not going to catch it, and then all sorts of chaos breaks loose. And to not even test the goalkeeper was frustrating there, but Rashford went for the top corner. Couldn't quite pick it out. Just got it wrong. Yeah, it is.
Careful here, again.
De Jong. Lamine's wide. Lamine, Frenkie de Jong!
Oh! What did he try to do there?
Are we doing too much
A bit.
in the area?
I think he couldn't quite decide whether to dink it into the oncoming run of Pedri or or to take the shot. Barca are going to make a double substitution here. Christensen's at the bench, and I can't quite see who's in the background. Is it Araujo?
It's Araujo, yeah. And I don't know if Bardaggi also will come in. With the rain, it's difficult for me to watch it, but definitely more substitutions of Barca. You have to help me, guys.
I think I might well have seen Rooney getting ready there. Christensen, definitely I saw.
Yeah, Christensen we saw. And
if it's Araujo too, that's a double change at centre-back, obviously. And I get the feeling Rooney is also going to be coming on. And he may well come on as a left winger.
He may well come on with 2-1 because Lamine Yamal's attacking. It's a corner kick to Barca.
We've got decisions to make here, Flick. I'm just looking at the fact that we've got Cazador, Pedri and De Jong in midfield. I get the feeling he's going to take one of those out for Rooney here and then push Fermin back. I know we haven't seen Rooney from the left yet, but in terms of attacking and keeping up the momentum, it could be the most sensible. In by Lamine, goalkeeper didn't get there. Surely now for Kubasi!
No, disallowed.
Oh my God, he's giving a free kick.
What Gilmanzano said? Gilmanzano said there's a foul.
Oh my God.
Eric Garcia. Gilmanzano said that's foul by Eric Garcia on Girona player. But I have to say, Gilmanzano said it's foul after Kubasi scoring, not at the moment that Eric pushed
Okay,
Girona
well,
player. So
Mark, hang on. Let's see the replay. Let's see the replay. Let's see the replay.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's see the replay. So Eric Garcia's at the far post. He goes in over Rincon, maybe leans on him a little bit, but is there enough there? I don't know.
It's confirmed. No.
No goal.
The VAR said it's confirmed. It's foul.
Wow.
No goal. The VAR said that Gilmanzano is okay with the decision, so I have to say that in modern football you cannot say that this is a foul. But I have to say that I understand VAR.
I'm a bit torn here.
Calling the referee, because
I think it's Hugo Rincon that gets underneath Eric Garcia more than Eric Garcia climbing onto Hugo Rincon, honestly.
It's soft. It is soft. But I think nowadays when they see the hands on around the neck, head area, they just give a foul. And they're trying to stop that, don't they, from a corner when you're trying to use someone to propel yourself up. It is cheap. In my opinion, that sort of contact is quite normal for a corner. Gilmanzano didn't think so. Here comes Lamine, and the VAR team disagreed. That's frustrating because that would have been an amazing moment for Kubasi, who may well is going to be getting subbed off here, by the way. And Eric Garcia and
substitutions on Girona and confirmed by Barca. Pablo, Robert, I can confirm Christensen and Bardaggi for the moment only. Only 2 substitutions more in Barca. Also, Girona will make 2 substitutions. John Solis will go in.
Yep.
Ryan Hill is out. And there's another substitution on Girona.
We're not
Time
seeing
to wait.
on our screen.
Porto is out.
Sigankov.
No, I can confirm Barca substitutions. Lamine is out. And Bardaggi is in. And also Pedri is out.
Wow.
Well, remember, for those players. Lamine Yamal, yesterday Hansi Flick said that Lamine Yamal was ready to play, but not the 90 minutes, the same as Fermin. And Pedri, remember, played a lot of minutes with the national team. If there's another game, maybe also De La Fuente will call him to play also all the minutes. But Hansi Flick prefers to protect Pedri, and Christensen will go in. So what does it mean? Maybe Eric on the midfield?
Wow. Yeah, we'll have a wait and look in a moment now, Mark. Those are two really big calls from Hansi Flick, and you get the feeling that's him trying to protect his players ahead of what's a really important week for Barça. I'm sure those are changes he wouldn't have wanted to have to make, but he'll be looking at the bigger picture here too and thinking, we've got Olympiacos, we've got the Clásico, I've got so many injured players, and Pedri's got a lot of minutes in the legs this season, not just with Barça, but with the Spanish national team too recently. And Lamine Yamal, of course, just back from injury. You know, I suppose we couldn't expect him to play the full 90. You know, so Flick's had he's had to make big calls, and yeah, it looks like, Mark, that Eric Garcia's gone into midfield. So there you go. So Eric into midfield. Rooney will play from the right-hand side naturally, and Barça without on the pitch now. A lot of their biggest stars are really have to dig together here and try and dig out 3 points in a vital game, and how much we would have loved to have seen that Cubarsí goal stand. That's not a bad ball into the box, and it doesn't quite fall to a Barça player. Christensen controls. Now Fermin through to De Jong, back to Fermin. Options in the middle. It's not going to find any of them, and it's tucked away from the path of Rooney.
Right, well, live chat. Do you like the substitutions? Do you not? Pedri and Lamine off. Rooney, Bardghji, Christensen on. That means that Eric Garcia is playing in midfield. I think the only positions that Eric has not played in is goalkeeper, striker, and left winger, maybe.
Yeah.
Careful here,
Rashford! Surely,
Rashford!
oh my god. I mean, I thought that was it, Robert. I really did. I can't believe it's not gone in. Barca starting to rack up chances now, and I'll tell you what, it's usually Lamine who does these outside of the boot balls. Watch this from Rooney. Outside of the foot.
Beautiful.
Cross, and Rashford just got it wrong. He just got his finish wrong. He just hit off the wrong part of his foot. Didn't go in towards the goal. In the end, he sort of
wasn't able to turn the foot in, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Good chance for Barca there. Rooney making an impact.
It's better. I think you asked in the chat a minute ago. I think naturally when I see De Jong and Pedri and Lamine go off the pitch, of course, I'm not happy about it, but I understand it from Hansi
Good
Flick.
press now.
That's good play. This is Rashford.
Oh
my God.
Gazzaniga, the save.
I thought it was in as well, Robert. I thought it went through him. Getting
But now the atmosphere is different, guys. The
Come
rain
on.
stopped, and all the fans of the Barça here in Montjuic are absolutely going for the game, supporting the team.
Here comes Rashford. In it goes. Gazzaniga punches away. Andreas Christensen tries to pluck it out the sky. Hat is on.
Feel it coming, Pablo.
I can feel a goal coming, Robert, too. We need it now. Couldn't quite direct it towards goal. Not for a goal kick. Girona will take that, in all truth, now. They'll just try and calm things down because, well, they've had a difficult, tricky few minutes here. This was a chance. I actually think it was the right decision from Rashford to shoot. I know he had Rooney with him, but I'm not sure he would have been able to get it through to him. You see Flick just trying to encourage his team. Hansi Flick's got the coat on. Stuani's going to be coming on here for Girona. There's Joan Sodi's putting himself about immediately. Matt Castello controls the ball. Gives it away though. It's been a while since we've seen a Girona attack, and Castello wins it back once more. This is Andreas Christensen. Come on, Barça. Oh, bad giveaway, Koundé. Chance, shot. Away by Szczesny and just hammered clear by Koundé. And again, he's got that one slightly wrong, the French fullback.
I'll tell you something, Szczesny is having a good game as well.
He is, yeah.
Strong, firm save at the bottom there, down right.
Hilman Fernand says nothing wrong with that. So here come Barca on the breakaway. This is Frenkie de Jong. Strong running from him. Look at the run that Rooney's making in support. Big chance for Barca to make it two. It's Eric Garcia. It's Fermin Lopez.
Hey,
and he's
just
put it
wide.
wide of the post. It's becoming agonising, Roberts.
It is. It is absolutely becoming agonising. Oh dear.
I think he's right. There's nothing in that. He just collapsed. There wasn't a foul. Play on. It's a tricky one for Fermin to take, really. he never really had the angle on it from there, I feel, and he places it all the way past the the far post. Here you go then, 2 more changes for Girona coming up. And 2 exciting ones too, I think that's Asprilla, yeah it is, Asprilla on, who is always an exciting player when I watch him. So he's on, Joel Roca's off, and Banat is off for Stuani, so attacking subs for Girona.
I can smell it coming. Marc Barão, who will score Barca's next goal? Will it be option 1 Rooney, option 2 Marcus Rashford, option 3 Fermin?
I go with Fermin. You know that I'm a fan of the Ferminator. Also, Marcus Rashford was very close for the goal, but I think that Fermin will celebrate coming back with a goal. But we have to take care that action's offensive by Girona.
Oh, here they come, and one of them, ball into the front post, away by Christensen. Well defended here. Stuani wanted that play right on the back. Well recovered by Rincon. In comes the cross by Bernardo Martinez. It goes over the top of the crossbar behind for a goal kick. I'm going to go for Rooney. I think this is Rooney's day, Robert. I really do, and I'm going to back him to get his first official Barça goal in this game. So I'm going for Rooney Bardghji on the score sheet. Let's get it.
I think it's Rooney with the assist to Rashford.
All 3 of us gone for different options there.
There you go. There you go. I can feel this is a Rashford afternoon. Rashford to the rescue, proving that he was the right decision as the summer signing today, now in the absence of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha and Lewandowski. Who gets Barca out of trouble? The player who was brought in to do so, Marcus Rashford.
Boy, does he have to step up now, the Englishman. Maybe he thought he wouldn't get as many minutes early on this season with, of course, Lewandowski, Ferran, Rafinha, Lamine, but I mean, he's been the only one of the 4 that hasn't got injured, so...
Touch wood.
Let's not get Rashford injured today, please.
Not get anyone injured.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you've heard, we have a big game next week.
Yes. Christensen now for Barcelona, nearly the clock, about to strike 70. Just over 20 minutes of normal time to go. And Barça need a goal here at home to Girona. They need to win this game. It's Balde. Back to Casado. Flick is having to trust that all of his squad in these moments. He really is having to dig deep. As of now, Girona have managed to settle. They've been able to ride a wave of Barca chances in the last few moments. Here's Rooney.
Go Rooney.
What can he do? He's that sort of profile on the left-hand side. He likes to create danger. Rooney dropped off here to Cubarsí, inside to Casado. Takes it well, Casado. Flick through. Rashford's in. Oh, was that a hand off to the face? I think it might have been.
What's been given here?
It's fall. Rashford fall, said the referee. Rashford fall, said the referee.
Was it? Let's have a look.
Yeah, it can't be a Rashford foul. Either it's nothing or...
To be fair, I'm not sure I see anything on Rashford unless I've missed something there.
I think it's just nothing.
Nothing.
I think it's just nothing. Play on.
I thought in knife time Rashford had got the old elbow to the face, but
yeah,
I don't think he did actually.
No. I say fair play, keep going.
Rashford nearly in behind there. Referee wasn't having it, so we'll play on here with this. Will maybe tell us. Oof. Just there with his hand.
Oh, there is.
Is that not a foul?
There is clear contact. I mean, what they're going to say is that Rashford was the first to put his hand on the opponent's shoulder.
Yep.
Therefore, it cancels everything out. Was there enough there for a foul? No, but anyway, yeah.
Another frustrating moment for Barça, though.
Yeah, but remember that the protocols, because of the press of some teams, white teams, remember that the VAR only will call the referee if there's a very clear
clear and manifest.
Yeah. Girona corner. Free at the back post is Jean Solis, who's ballooned that up into the air. It's going to fall here to Girona. It's a wonderful first touch and away by Cubarsí to clear the danger.
Right, more players warming up, Marc.
Yeah, the same as before. Ronald Araujo. No, but I see one player going direct. I think it's Gerard Martin.
Okay.
It's Gerard Martin. Okay. Remember that Barca made 3 substitutions.
But we've got 2 windows left.
So it will be the 4 substitution.
We've got two
Yeah,
to
two
go.
windows left and 2 more players to go.
Yep. There you go. Changes. More changes going to be made from Barça. Looks as though, from what Mark's telling us, Gerard Martin is going to be coming. Go on, Mark.
Now Girona with the ball, eh?
Yeah, they've managed to ride the spell. That's what I was saying. They've managed to cope with the pressure, and now they're maybe thinking about maybe trying to get a few chances themselves. I think the positive for me in this second half, Robert, is we've managed to limit Girona at least.
We have. Yeah.
That has been rectified in some capacity, which is really positive, and we'll take that. But we've had the chances ourselves on the other end. It's something we've not created. It's just been frustrating. We haven't been able to get the goal yet, but there's still plenty of time left, and we always believe under Hansi Flick. Christensen fouled there by Stuani. Kubarsi will quickly dish the ball back to the Dane, as Barça needs to get back underway and get the ball rolling quickly. Rain has pretty much let up from what I can see.
I can confirm.
Yeah. Eric now turns nicely. Space wide is for Fermin. Can he get a good ball into the box? Who's waiting in Barca red and blue? Flicked on. Is there a chance for Rooney? It didn't quite come to him in the back post, and Girona can clear to safety off net nearly.
I'll tell you something, Fermin has definitely changed the game in the attacking side for Barca, coming in from the left, going into the middle, taking shots, creating, been very active in pressing as well. We can confirm that Gerard Martin is going to come on.
Yep, I can see him there. He's ready to enter the pitch on the sideline for Barca. Kubarsi won that back, and it's going to be a yellow card for Stuani. Barca just want to get on with things now, though, won't they? They'll just want to.
I think it's the first of the game.
It. Yeah, it very well could be, Vidal. Yeah, I think it might be.
I think it is the first yellow card, yeah. Yellow card for Stuani, yeah.
15 minutes to play here. Come on, Barca. There's a few off-the-field antics going on between Fermin and I think Arnau Martinez, which Barca don't really need right now.
Yeah, they're arguing because Fermin is saying that they are losing time. And now the substitution. Balde is out, Gerard Martin is in. Remember, you told before, it's Balde's birthday. We hope that in the next 15 minutes, plus the added time, Barca can give the 3 points also as a present for the left back.
We do hope so.
Yeah, we absolutely do. So Balde off then. Straight swap at left back for Barca. Gerard Martin's on with some fresh legs. Can that give Barca a little something down the left-hand side? We'll have to wait and see. Come on, Barca. Get something. I believe we can get a winner here in this game. I really do. That was a foul, though, so I'm not going to get it here. I think it was Eric who was flying in on Witzel, whose goal right now is the only one Girona have scored miraculously.
Well, no, it's... I mean, not the game that most would have been expecting coming off of the international break. These games are generally tough. The ones right before and the ones straight after.
Yeah.
Even more so if you take into account that Barca came back with no Olmo, no Ferran, no Lewandowski after that international break. So that limited Hansi Flick's options. But historically, Barca has struggled coming off of this this international break in October. We'll see these final 15 minutes. What happens?
That's when back from De Jong. Rashford was just looking for his options. Here comes Kubarsi. I think the frustrating thing about the injuries as well, Robert, it was like we get Fermin and Lamine back and then we lose 3 more. It's a 2 back, 3 out, which is frustrating. But here come Blaugrana once more with Fermin. Wide is Gerard Martin. What's his cross like? It's been able to be cleared pretty comfortably in the end from a Girona perspective. And switch is on for them. The switch was very poorly executed though, and Szczesny can get it back. Positive for Barca. It's all them. It's attack versus defence now, and they're pinning the home team in, the away team in, I should say. Here's Rooney. What can he produce for us? Rooney. Still the Swede. Delays, crosses. So many Girona bodies. Here he comes though. Rooney Bardghji. He's certainly threatening with Girona so far, managing to deal with him. Koundé. Frustrating, goes up for a Girona throw-in, who are just counting on the clock, yet there's still plenty of time to go, but the more it goes on, the more confident they'll be.
There's a Girona player who has big problems on his feet, and you can be pretty sure that the other time will be very long.
Right, what does Barca need to do in the final minutes? Option 1, shoot, shoot, shoot. Option 2, more crosses into the box. Option 3, high press and recover. It's a combination of all those three, really.
I'm going to go more cross into the box. I just think when games get tight and you're in the last sort of 10-15 minutes, the more you deliver it in there. I know Barca don't really have the focal point down the middle so far this afternoon. Rashford is a tall player, but he's not really an out-and-out number 9. But I think the more crosses, the better. You can have players running from deep, like De Jong, who can get in there. Eric Garcia, even if he's playing in midfield, he arrives late into the box well. So I'm going to go for number 2, actually, Robert. I think more cross into the box.
I would add, and I think Marc Berau will agree, not get frustrated with what Girona is attempting to do now with Arnau Martinez. Not get frustrated with the interruptions in the game, with Girona trying to stop Barca's rhythm, stop them from getting going. Barca need to stay fully focused in these final minutes of the game.
Well, they are going to make a change. Lass is on in place of...
Yeah, but we have to say that in the last minutes, Barca lost a little bit the rhythm and the strength that we showed in the last 20 minutes. Our last 10 minutes, it was difficult for us to get some chances after the chances by Fermin, by Rashford, many saves by Gazzaniga. I think it's time, last 10 minutes plus other time, just to, as Hansi Flick said yesterday, to fight until the end. Of course, we have a big game next round, but the points count the same.
You know what the Barca fans should be doing? Just filling the chat with blue and red hearts. Blue and red hearts. Support for Barca. Give us all the support in these final 10 minutes of the game.
Come on, fans. Get them in there. Get the hearts in there. We need them now. 10 minutes ago. Let's see the hearts. There they are.
There they are. Already in.
Rooney. De Jong. Koundé. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can! It's headed away
will come in.
Post.
De Jong was there, eh?
De Jong was waiting. Araujo's going to be the final change for Barca.
Casado doing a Gavi there.
With his head,
with his head down on the ground.
Gotta love to see that. I missed that from Gavi. We miss Gavi dearly. This is Girona Martin. Back to Christensen. Get those hearts in there. Come on. Come on, Culers. Eric Garcia. Wide now for Girona Martin. What's your cross like? Corner. Come on.
Come on. I think that's why Araujo's been brought on as well. That Hansi Flick's thinking, okay, we're going to have chances. He's going to rush on right now. We've got a corner in our favour. Araujo's a threat there. And knowing that a lot of crosses are going to be put into the box, maybe in dead ball situations, Araujo is an extra weapon.
Casado is out.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's...
Casado is out. So Barca's playing now with 4 centre-backs.
Yeah.
Christensen, Araujo, Eric Garcia and Coversí.
Does that mean maybe Christensen moves into midfield?
Yeah. I'd say so.
Okay, well, cool.
And also, yeah, Koundé, as he said. Cornering by Rashford, flicked on by Fermin. Needed a better call than that, didn't we? But now De Jong's got the ball. Well, I'll tell you what, with 4 centre-backs on, what you would say is corners have got to be a good route to goal here, because we're going to have the height, surely, on Girona, and we're going to have the players who are ready to throw their heads in there and get something on this. That's a lovely switch to Rooney here. Come on, Rooney. This is your moment. There's the cross. Rashford, it was overhit on Rooney, and it's going to go up for a goal kick. Frustrating for Barca. Come on. And I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe at all. Does Araujo stay up there?
No, I mean, might well stay up there, but yeah, it's a tough one. You don't want Barca to get too hasty. You don't want Barca to get to rush things too much right now.
No.
Stick to the plan. Keep going.
Yeah, we've got to keep things calm. We certainly do, but of course, Barcelona, they need the goal here.
Strange game this one's been.
It has been, absolutely, yeah. And Barca managed to call Girona as attacking down in the second half. That looked like a foul. It's going to be given now on the second attack.
The other issue here is how do you chase the goal? Do you because if you commit too many bodies forward, Girona are going to hit you on the counter attack. You don't want what happened against Sevilla to happen.
No, you absolutely don't. Barça conceded too many late goals in that one and ended up getting away from them. So, and it's not like Girona haven't shown that they can go forward. I mean, boy, have they done that in the first half. They exploited the space really well. Not so much in the second, but if Barça start committing bodies forward, they might just think maybe we've got a chance here. Well, here they come again, the away team. Sigankov over to Witzel, who's been excellent in midfield. Barça ought to be wary in the middle. They've got bodies up into the box, have Girona. Sigankov is coming inside now. Witzel. Spria.
Girona know how to move the ball around. That's their identity, really. I mean, it's not in their nature to sit back and wait for Barca. They're going to be proactive if they're allowed to.
Yeah, you can see that immediately. I mean, when they've got the ball, they've got the quality, Girona, and they're certainly causing Barca issues every time they've had it, really. So this just one of the first in the second half. And now, as you can imagine, they're taking their time over dead ball situations, and why wouldn't they? With their league position, how well they've played, this will be a very positive result for them today.
Very valuable for them.
Yellow card there to a Girona player. It's
Another yellow card.
The second of the day. This is Christensen now.
Alex Moreno.
Alex Moreno into the book. Come on, Frankie. Newly renewed. Frankie de Jong over to Eric. Araujo's playing up front with Rashford right now. This is remarkable. Rooney back to Eric.
In desperate times, desperate measures.
Christensen, get across in the box. Surely it's got to be the idea from Hansi Flick. Gian Martin. Corner.
Sigankov flying in there.
He did, yeah. I mean, I remember a good few years ago, Robert, we used to throw Araujo on late up front in games in quite a few occasions.
I remember an equalizer against Granada.
Yes, after God knows how many crosses.
Yes.
We need a good cross here from Rashford. In by the Englishman.
Now he catches it.
Ah. Well, very frustrating afternoon so far for Barça. 85 minutes played.
I thought there's a rule that the goalkeeper cannot keep the ball more than 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know why this rule is not applying.
We've seen it put into practice this season. Not that much. I think it's one of those things that you see in Matchday 1 and 2 and then everyone forgets about it.
Barça have won it back. Araujo's playing as a left winger, which is quite unbelievable. Here comes Araujo.
We've seen it happen though. What was it? The
Oviedo, I think.
Oviedo or Real Sociedad?
Yes, also, yeah.
It was the Eric Garcia goal, wasn't it?
Well, that's Oviedo. I remember him from Oviedo.
Okay, yeah, that's Oviedo. Goes off of the post.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Eric equaliser in that game, yeah. Araujo was at left wing. I feel like he was at left wing for another moment in that game too. Let's be careful here because Girona themselves are in here. Sigankov away by Kubarsi. Barça, everyone's slipping and sliding around the pitch, but Barça just need the ball under control here.
The body language is not great right now.
No.
There's a bit of frustration between Eric Garcia and Araujo.
Low
not quite clear who was going to go for the ball. We don't need frustration right now.
Blind. Over to Aspria, offside. Come on, get the ball, come on.
Come on, Barça.
We need this. Kunde's going to get it back.
We need energy,
quickly.
guys. I think it's low energy right now. It's the
low energy, yeah. Give us some fire, live chat. Give us some light a fire.
Normal.
Give us some fire
we need
emojis.
Fire, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Bit more fire. Light a fire underneath Barça. Get us going. Give us some heat.
Rooney. Kunde now back to Kubarsi over to Christensen. Just wondering, Robert, when Barca are going to have to get the ball wide and get a cross in to test Araujo down the middle. So far, he's not really had something to go on the end of. Maybe now from Rashford. There's Araujo, he's up there, but it's
a bit too desperate, that. It's a cross coming in from too far away.
Yeah. It's nothing you can do anything with from there, you know?
Yeah.
It's got to be something to attack in the middle. Well, Flick will be wondering, well, where does he go from here with changing the team around? He's tried almost everything today in terms of personnel and positions, and he's tried to fit square pegs into round holes, I think, often.
Careful here.
Sigankov comes away with the ball. Jean-Martin telling Christensen to force him wide. Should be Szczesny's ball, it will be. And Barça can go again. Come on.
It all looks a bit disorganised at the moment.
Yeah. I think that often that comes from those players in all sorts of positions as well.
True.
You've got Araujo up front, even Fermin on the left, Eric Garcia's in midfield.
You're missing your organiser in Pedri. Frenkie de Jong is having to play more as an attacking midfielder than as the holding presence in that midfield. There's no one. Fermin now with a desperate tackle, which was unnecessary.
Yeah, it's all got very desperate and very messy.
Yep.
Very unorganised from Barça. And there was a moment in the second half when we were starting to play organised football. We were getting chances, we were getting balls in the box. Sort of around where we had the disallowed goal actually from Koubarsi, and just after that period as well. But it's sort of crept away from us really.
Playing more with the heart than with our heads right now, which is not typical of this Hansi Flick team or what we saw from them last season. The body language on the bench was not great either. A lot of sad faces really. I mean, let's see here what we can do.
Araujo's managed to shuffle that over to Rooney. He'll now be trying to run back on the end. Here he is, Araujo. This is remarkable, really, what we're watching here. Araujo, pullback is not a bad one either, my God. He nearly found Fermin. It's going to find Rooney here. Rooney Bardghji, Eric Garcia. Wide now for Rashford, overlaps from Jean-Martin. Rashford doesn't use him. Still, Marcus Rashford. Can he get his shot away? Yes, he can, through a crowd of players. And Girona get it clear. Well, Araujo, we'll probably want him to get on the end of crosses, but he's just taken someone on and produced a pretty good pullback too.
It was fantastic. I mean, Frenkie de Jong almost got to that one. Come on, Barça. Few seconds remaining. How much added time are we getting in this one?
We need a good amount, Robert. We really do. You can feel the crowd just lifting themselves. Come on. Eric. Wide is Jean-Martin. Back now to Eric. Frenkie de Jong, he's just waiting for us to move it in the box. Got to get it wide, I think. Here we go. Jean-Martin. Now's a chance for the cross. In it goes. Araujo's up there. Wonderful defending. Gazzaniga doesn't come, though. He surely will now. He's still staying put in his goal. De Jong was up there.
Final seconds.
Yeah.
4 minutes only.
Wow.
Only 4 minutes of added time. Only 4 minutes. As I said, with Gil Manzano, we could expect a lot of added time. Well, he wants to go home quickly. And now, yellow card for Hansi Flick. And, okay, Hansi Flick out. Red card for Hansi Flick. He couldn't sit. He won't sit on Bernabeu next week. Red card for Hansi Flick. So well done by Gil Manzano. Goal achieved. Hansi Flick won't be on the bench of Santiago Bernabeu next week. So the job that maybe Gil Manzano wants to do is done by the referee. Now the referee with the Barça had the less percentage of victories in La Liga.
Does he ever not send anyone off?
I mean, that's ridiculous. Although I'm sorry.
A double yellow?
For me, it just
unnecessary from Gil Manzano's perspective. Just stay cool. It's normal that a coach is going to be frustrated.
Do you know what I mean? Well, watch out here because Barca could be in. It's Rashford who tries to get in. Are you not allowed to complain anymore? It's a classic, isn't it? Now the manager says, I'm not having that," and if you want, you book him.
Yeah.
To then send him off immediately. I mean,
well, tough afternoon here for Barca. I mean, come on, there's some time left.
Not going their way, that's for sure. There is still time left. So apart from all of that, we've just got to focus on the football here and try and get a goal.
Yeah.
Hansi Flick's being explained to him that it was 2 yellow cards. Yeah.
Come on, Barça.
But as a sportsman, you have to be patient, and a referee is a sportsman, so you have to understand things.
Yeah. Rooney, he's thinking about a shot. He thinks better of it. De Jong, Rashford. Rooney couldn't get on the end of it. Eric Garcia's won it back hard at the pitch. He's still fighting in there for Barca. Vital intervention. This is De Jong. It's all so scrappy in there.
It is.
And Girona get it clear. Barca struggling to put a few passes together. Come on, there's time here. Koundé. Koubarsi. All the way wide here for Rooney. There's the run from De Jong. Who's in the middle? Can Barca get it in? Araujo! He's done it!
Barca the lead, gives Barca the win.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We've done it. We have done it.
There you go. The fire was ignited. And who did it? It was Gil Manzano with the sending off.
Araujo, the striker, scores for Barcelona. Who have surely beaten Girona.
There you go. Fantastic. See, you need to when you're not getting to it with the head, with the system, go for it with the heart, and that's what Barca did.
Oh my God, I can't believe we've done it, Robert. It's Araujo of all people.
Disallow this.
What?
Disallow
okay.
this.
Okay, wait a minute, Maddox.
Oh.
Don't
He's just-
make us confused.
He just scared me so much.
No. Okay, well, Araujo must have seen the yellow card because he took his jersey off. Hey, it's a brilliant setup, Pablo.
It was a brilliant setup. It was Frankie de Jong, am I right, Robert?
It was Frankie de Jong,
in
yeah.
the chaos of it all.
Through ball to Frankie.
Yeah, and he got there, and the little turn finish at the front post from Araujo, I must say, and the celebration from the Barca players. And Brauer's just sent my heart outside of my head. I thought he just said he disallowed it. And that just scared the living life out of me. But Barca have taken the lead here. They do lead Girona by 2-1, and now there will surely be seconds left. Araujo scored away to Oviedo. He scores again
And
here.
see Fermin. Watch Fermin. Fermin calling all the people to get in. I have to say one thing, Robert. You talk about the game against Granada with a lot of crosses, and Araujo scored that day the equalizer. But today, I think it's better, this goal. That goal was an Araujo style. Do you remember that? It was a header.
That was a header.
But I have to
Today,
say
it was
that this
fantastic.
season we see why Araujo, yeah. But what I want to say is that we know that Araujo played as a forward in the beginnings. Remember what he did in Oviedo with an incredible assist in the first goal, and now scoring the 3 points.
Vamos!
I'm so sorry for you. Says that the end is game and Barca got 3 points.
Rafinha's come onto the pitch and he's absolutely lost it, but Barca have won all 3 points in La Liga. They've beaten Girona by 2-1 in the most dramatic of circumstances. It's Araujo off the bench who steered in from close range with practically the last kick. It looked as if it wouldn't be Barca's day, but who else but the Uruguayan off the bench in one of surely the most dramatic moments of the season to take all 3 points for Barca. They'll win the Catalan derby. For now, they'll go top of La Liga. An incredibly difficult game, but Barca have done it. Wow.
Well, Pablo Wills.
I'm catching my breath. That was unbelievable. I mean, the game that, I'm sorry, Robert, just didn't look like it was going to be our day. It had all the elements of, I don't think it's going to be for us today, I just don't see it. And then Hansi Flick got sent off, and I thought, the perfect ending to this storm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is going to be a bad day for Barca at the office, and it would have been quite a detrimental day actually ahead of the Clásico. We now do go in where we need to be. We'll go in, if Madrid win, we'll be 2 points behind. For now, we're 1 point above, and the reaction that you're seeing on your screens is of the Barca celebration when that goal went in.
There you go. Fantastic. It's one of those goals that can change the course of a season, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because what would the discourse have been if this game ends in a draw with everything that happened with Hansi Flick getting sent off? This goal could save a season for Barca. We'll be talking about it in the post-game show. Quick break for us, and we'll come back with the post-game show reactions from the Montjuic coming, and we'll listen to Hansi Flick and the players. Bye. Right, well, we're back, and Barca managed to take away the 3 points from this Catalan derby at the very last minute. Saved by the bell, saved by Ronald Araujo. Barca 2, Girona 1, in one that we'll remember for many reasons. Not one of Barca's best performances. It was we were going to analyse it as a frustrating Barca performance, but that last-minute goal changes everything, changes our perspective, maybe changes the season, Pablo.
Yeah, I mean, these are the moments you live for, to be fair. What a moment it was by Ronald Araujo. It truly was. You're quite right. It just didn't look like it was going to be our afternoon, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, I thought we started excellently, actually, and pinned Girona in, got our goal. But after the Girona goal, they had loads of chances. I think in the second half, we took the game back into our own hands. But I'd say from 65, 70 minutes in, it just sort of got away from us, and it looked as though, well, it was going to be one of those days that Girona just frustrate us. We had so many injuries, obviously. Flick then had to take players off like Lamine and Pedri, which you don't really want to do at 1-1 in the game.
No.
And he had to, and we had defenders playing up front in Araujo's case. We had De Jong in the number 10 role. We had centre-backs in midfield. It was chaos, and Fermin at left wing, Rashford down the middle. It was a really tough game to get the points in, and I think if we go far this season, it will be a game we look back on. I really do, because that could be season-changing, and the moment from Araujo is, without a doubt, one of the moments of the season. I think it's one of those things you won't be forgetting for a very long time, and huge credit to him because he was creating things himself, even coming on as a number 9, and the finish was excellent too, it must be said, for a centre-back, steering it in from that distance, and wow, just what a moment. What a moment.
I think there are different ways to read this game. Those who want to be negative will say, well, we got exposed, especially in the first half, in space by Girona. They could have had 3 or 4 goals, if we're being honest. It was 4 one-on-one opportunities with Szczęsny's. Some of them he saved, some of them they scuffled, some of them they sent wide. And people will be thinking, well, if we give Real Madrid that amount of space next week in the Clásico at the Bernabeu, we'll have a really tough time. It'll be tough for us to get a positive result out of that. If you want to be positive, you say, okay, these types of games in which things aren't going your way, in which the final few minutes are messy and disorganized, you need to find ways to win anyway, and Barca did so. Another positive read is that, I mean, having gotten to half-time 1-1, I think that it was sort of fluky that Barca weren't ahead in the final minutes. So many good chances. The team had a goal disallowed that was debatable as well, I'd say. And I insist there's 2 ways of reading it. I'd rather be positive. Be positive. The team will know how to head into that Bernabeu game next week, fully focused, not to get as exposed maybe, play a bit more organised. Hopefully we'll get some of the injured players back as well, and I think what we need to value today is that we stuck with it until the very end, like we did against Levante as well. Believed, and with a centre-back playing as a forward, we managed to pull away with the 3 points here.
Yeah, absolutely. I always have to say in football, there's no game that's the same as the other. I really do think that, and I think some people think they look at one game and think, oh, well, Barca then won't do so well against Real Madrid, but this Barca team will change. They'll enter that game in a completely different mindset. I mean, we don't know injuries-wise who will be back or whatnot, but that will be a whole different game to this one. Do Barca need to rectify some things? I think they do. I think naturally we're down on a lot of vital players right now. I do also think that's the case, and look, like I said, hopefully we get some of those back, whether that's Rafinha, Ferran, we just don't know yet. But the positive for me today is the character. I think I said it during the game that Barca are going to have to show character in this game because they've got so many players missing, and it's just one of those games where things aren't coming off. I mean, Girona have played well. Credit to them. I thought they played really well, and they created massive chances today, and they should have taken them. Michel will be saying we should have taken our chances, and he would be spot on to say that. But for Barca to dig in the game, they took control of the second half again, and ultimately they earned that goal. They earned the win, and every player dug in. They didn't give up until the final moments, and that is exactly what matters. They looked like there were minutes there where maybe Barca, well, it wasn't going to be their day, and maybe things were getting away from us. And when Flick got sent off, I thought, yeah, that's not really the afternoon for Barca. But they still managed it produced one of the moments of the season without a doubt, and they'll take that into Tuesday night against Olympiacos, and then of course on Sunday night against Real Madrid in the Clásico at the Bernabeu. So we'll move on and be positive with that, I think, is my take.
I think we should, definitely. Girona will definitely be kicking themselves. I remember the Brian Gil opportunity, the Porto one that Szczęsny gets his thumb to it. There's opportunities there, but Barça, to be fair, in the second half had chances as well, had the disallowed goal. Fermin had a couple, Rashford had a couple. Fermin, by the way, was one of the game changers, and he spoke to Marc Brau, so let's listen to what Fermin had to say.
Avui tornava després de la lesió, ha estat important perquè el Barça s'endugués els 3 punts. Estem al costat de Fermin López. Fermin, què tal? Bona tarda.
Hola, bona tarda.
Com senta guanyar així?
Bueno, molt bé, la veritat que ja que jugar aquests partits així, també guanyar així. I bueno, crec que ha sigut un partit molt complicat. El Girona s'ha posat les coses molt difícils i bueno, hem tingut fe fins al final i Ronald ha metido el gol.
Què has sentit quan ha marcat Araujo? Com l'has celebrat? Com has viscut la jugada?
No, es la hostia, eso es la hostia. Meter en el último minuto, la verdad que muy bien, me alegro por Ronald también, que se lo merece y nada, seguir así cogiendo ritmo.
Fermin, era important guanyar avui, no? Perquè després de les derrotes contra el PSG i contra el Sevilla, tu suposo que encara amb més ràbia perquè et tocava veure-ho des de fora del camp. Important guanyar el partit avui de la manera que s'ha fet?
Sí, veníem de, crec que una mala dinàmica i bueno, avui hem aconseguit la victòria i això ens té que fer agafar més confiança, agafar el ritme, la dinàmica y bueno, esperem que els pròxims partits donem el nostre nivell.
Y en castellano, Fermín, ¿y tú cómo estás? Me imagino que ha sido complicado verlo todo desde fuera, pero ahora con ganas, ¿no? Vienen semanas importantes, Olympiacos, Madrid, al 100% para ayudar al equipo.
Sí, bueno, la verdad que me siento bien después de la lesión, un poco cansado, pero bien. Y bueno, ahora vienen semanas difíciles y hay que estar unidos y a por los 3 puntos en todos los partidos.
Muchas gracias, Fermín. Enhorabuena.
Vale, gracias.
The words of Fermín López in Catalan and in Spanish. Very happy. Es la hostia. It's the words that he said, explaining how it was to celebrate the 3-point winning goal scored by Ronald Araujo in the other time.
Yeah, Fermin absolutely ecstatic there with that Araujo goal. Said he deserved it, that he's a hard worker. Ronald Araujo, he said, "Es la hostia." It's fantastic. I say.
Yeah, it's the best thing. Yeah,
the best thing to win that way. Fermin also confirmed that it was tough seeing the games from the outside while he was injured, but he came out, and I thought he was one of the positive changes in the team in the second half. Fermin.
Yeah, I completely agree, Robert. I mean, we were saying in the first half, if there's someone to come off the bench, it would be Fermin. We just didn't know how much he'd be able to play. He's ended up saying there in the interview that he's quite tired because of the injury, of course, but he ended up playing the full 45 minutes plus stoppage time. So, and on the left wing too, which maybe requires more running as well. So he's always a player who helps Barça. I think in these sorts of games, he's vital, and I would not be surprised if he's now one of the first names in the team sheet from now on in, because he's that sort of player who just adds something different to the team. I always say that about Fermin, and he takes shots, he takes risks. I like that. He's confident, he's got a personality with the ball, and I think that's what Barca players need to have.
Right, well, we've got more reactions. A player who was taken off early, surprisingly for some, in the second half, Pedri.
Next to one of the scorers in today's game, next to Pedri. Pedri, què tal, com estàs? Bona tarda.
Buenas noches.
Bé, sobretot m'imagino que guanyar així té un sabor especial, ¿no? Tot i que m'imagino que no voldríeu patir tant.
Sí, creo que es lo más importante, los 3 puntos. Creo que bueno, no ha sido un partido bueno del equipo, pero bueno, si miras al final te llevas los 3 puntos y es lo más importante.
Estaves a la banqueta, però com has viscut el gol de Ronald?
Bueno, no sabía ni quién había rematado, solo vi que entraba y bueno, muy contento porque bueno, creo que no ha sido para nada el mejor partido del equipo. Tenemos que mejorar muchísimas cosas y no muy contento con el partido que ha hecho el equipo, pero bueno, al fin y al cabo te llevas los 3 puntos, que es lo más importante.
És un autèntic tòpic, no? Però en partits així les lligues doncs, també es guanyen, no? En dies en què no jugues bé, en dies en què concedeixes, però que al final treus els partits endavant.
Sí, creo que son los partidos más importantes, los que te sientes bien y ganas porque bueno, fuiste superior al rival y dominaste todo el partido, pues es lo normal, pero bueno, en los días así que no te encuentras, que no hemos hecho cosas bien, si te llevas los 3 puntos es muy importante para al final de la Liga llevarte el campeonato.
Hi ha qui diu que el gol que has marcat és semblant als que marcava un tal Leo, un xunt, una passada així a la xarxa.
Bueno, está claro que lo he visto hacer 100.000 veces, pero para mí no se parece en nada, él lo hacía muchísimo mejor. No cabe duda que bueno, para mí es el mejor de la historia y bueno, contento por el gol. Intentaba buscar un hueco y cuando lo vi pues xuté y fue para adentro.
Has fet l'última, Pedri. Setmana important ara, evidentment, i el clàssic abans, però l'Olympiacos, de tota manera, tot i que s'ha de millorar molt amb el joc, millor arribar amb una victòria.
Sí, está claro que lo mejor es llegar ganando, pero bueno, vamos a analizar lo que hemos hecho mal, a mejorarlo y ahora pensar en Champions.
Bueno, gràcies.
Gracias.
The words by Pedri saying that the first goal it's not similar with the goals that Messi scored long time ago, but very autocritic. Pedri saying that okay, we got the 3 points, but we have a lot to improve.
There you go, the words of Pedri, and we can go to Hansi Flick with Marek.
Yeah, live, Robert, next to our coach, next to Hansi Flick, who is saying to me, you have to be happy, we're winning with a winning goal in the other time, Hansi. How does it feel to win that way?
Good. I hope that it's the right sign also for the next matches. It was very important to win this match against Girona today. It was not easy, was not our best day, but at the end we fight and we believe always till the end, and I'm really happy that we won the 3 points.
Sometimes the plan has to change with Ronald Araujo playing as a forward, but without the injured players, you said yesterday, we have enough players and good plans also, we have to change something to win, and finally it works.
Of course, and this is happy. And yeah, we spoke before we make the change with Ronald if he's able to play this, and he said yes, I go inside, and yeah, this is how we see Ronald. He's with the whole heart. He's with the club and with the team, and I'm very happy for him.
The last one, Hansi, it's a topic, but a lot of people said that kind of games is when you win the leagues. Do you agree with this?
No, now we have to go step by step. So it was a very important victory for us, but also we know we don't press like with the dynamic we had last season. So we have to see how we can do it better, because the one thing is the dynamic. When you have the dynamic in the defense, you also have the dynamic in the offense when you get the ball. So it's like that, and for me we have to improve a lot of things.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The words of our coach explaining that we win, but we have to improve some things, but we have to be happy. And also talking about the plan, putting Araujo as a number 9 position. Remember that the German coach was sent off in the second half, and he won't be able to sit on the bench on Santiago Bernabeu. Maybe not only for one game. We have to wait until our friend Gil Manzano will write the acta, but for sure it will be difficult that Hansi Flick will be on the bench next Sunday.
Thank you, Mark. Well, we'll see if there are any allegations in that regard, because it did seem like a fairly ridiculous sending off. Right, it's very easy to get caught up in the, let's say, the hype and the emotion of the win because of the nature of it, because of how the goal arrived, the minute in which it arrived. But there is a point of concern, I think, when you hear game in, game out, PSG, Sevilla, now this one against Girona, maybe even the Real Sociedad game as well. You hear players come out saying we still need to improve, which is good that they acknowledge it, because it'd be easy to come out and say, yeah, this is a great win, it'll keep us going, yeah, woohoo. But Hansi, they're saying we're not pressing like we used to last season. Yeah. Granted, last season you were ending games with Lamine Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, and Lewandowski. Today, you ended with Rooney Bardghji, who's new. You ended with Fermin, who's just coming off of an injury. You ended with Araujo up front, and you ended with Marcus Rashford, who's also relatively new, though he's been playing more minutes. So it's harder to be organised in that pressure in those final minutes when you're playing with that kind of unit compared to one that was there game in, game out. We'll continue to analyse, but Marbrau is with Tony Fernandez.
Yeah, he made his debut with Barça in Barbasso in January, but today he made the debut in LaLiga. Estem al costat de Toni Fernández. Toni, què tal? Com estàs? Bona tarda.
Muy bien, muy contento, tío, por el debut.
És el que t'anava a dir. Vas debutar a Barbastro, però han passat moltes coses des d'aleshores. Una pretemporada, una temporada llarga, i al final t'ha arribat l'oportunitat. Com has viscut aquesta titularitat?
La verdad que se me ha hecho bastante largo. Tenía muchas ganas de debutar, que llegara el momento, pero muy feliz y nada.
El míster Hansi Flick, li he preguntat per tu abans del partit i m'ha dit que ets un exemple, com pressiones, l'actitud i com entrenes. ¿Es el camí a seguir de cara al futur, Toni?
Sí, sí, yo voy a seguir trabajando para que me sigan llegando oportunidades y no hay de otra. O sea, el trabajo del día a día es lo más importante para que él vea que puede confiar en mí y ya está.
Jugant en aquesta posició de fals 9, tu has jugat en totes les posicions de l'atac, no ha estat fàcil per això, no?, amb la primera part com ha anat.
Sí, sí, la verdad que hacía tiempo que no jugaba y estaba un poco raro, pero bueno, me puedo adaptar a cualquier posición de arriba y donde me necesite el míster, ahí estaré.
Com has viscut el nivell de primera divisió? És diferent, no? Tot i que evidentment jugues a casa, no, però no va ser com el partit de la Copa o Primera Federació.
No, está claro que hay más nivel, más ritmo de juego, pero la verdad que me veo preparado para ayudar al equipo.
Se m'acaba l'entrevista preguntant-te pel partit. Com has viscut el gol de Ronald des de la banqueta? Com l'has celebrat? Com has viscut tota la jugada quan recupera la pilota de Jong?
Nada, él antes de salir había dicho, salgo de 9, voy a meter gol. Y nos hemos quedado riendo todos ahí en el banquillo y así nos iba. Ha salido, ha metido gol y nada, lo celebraba, salí al campo con mis compañeros y nada, muy feliz por Ronald, que eso lo merece.
Enhorabona, Toni, moltes gràcies.
Hasta luego. Gracias.
The words of young talent from La Masia, 17 years old, making his debut in La Liga, Toni Fernández today.
There you go. There you go. The happy face of a debutant who said it was a bit weird to be playing in that central position. He hadn't played there in a while, but he's ready to play wherever the coach says. He said it was a long wait until he made his first division debut. He was really looking forward to it. Obviously, this is a whole completely different level that he was playing at, and he said actually once he was on the bench when Araujo went on, he said, I'm going to come on as a number 9 and I'm going to score, and everyone laughed on the bench. And there you go, sometimes it happens. We'll put a pin in what I was saying before we listen to Toni Fernandez a bit, but let's talk about Toni, because I thought in that role in which he's not the most physical player, he's not the tallest of players. He had to battle against Daley Blind and with Vitor Reis in the back there, but he was additive to Barca.
I think he played really well, Toni Fernandez, actually. I really did. I know Barca had a lot of the ball in the first half and they were pinning Girona in a lot, and it's not an easy role. It was interesting to hear, like, he himself, he was almost like, it was tough. It was tough. Like, he almost admitted it, and he was probably maybe saying, he would have been more natural off one of the wings or in the number 10 role, but in number 9, especially for a Barca number 9, let's go.
We've got the hero of the game, Ronald Araujo with Marbrau.
Sí. Yeah, maybe it could be the last interview of the Barça Live, but what a way to end the show with the hero of the victory al costat de Ronald Araujo. Ronald, què tal? Bona tarda.
Buenas tardes.
M'ha dit Toni Fernández que a la banqueta has dit, ahora voy a salir de delantero y voy a meter el gol. ¿Es verdad eso?
Sí, es verdad. Cuando me llamó el míster para preguntarme si me animaba a ir de 9, le dije, no dudé en decirle que sí. Cuando me estaba poniendo la camiseta le dije, entro y meto el gol. Contento por la victoria. Se nos complicó un partido difícil. El Girona, la verdad que nos plantó cara, jugó bien, tuvo muchas ocasiones. Y bueno, contento porque nos llevamos la victoria de cara a una semana importante, ¿no?
És el que t'anava a dir, m'ho deia Pedri, m'ho deia Hansi també, una mica d'autocrítica també, no? A Sevilla no es va jugar bé, es va perdre, avui s'ha guanyat, però moltes coses a millorar, s'ha concedit molt, no s'ha pressionat bé, però també s'han de guanyar els partits, no? També s'han de guanyar en dies així.
Sí, bueno, este equipo demostró esto también el año pasado, ¿no? Ese carácter de remontar muchos partidos, sacar esa gana, ese carácter hasta el final, de luchar, que es lo que nuestra gente quiere también, ¿no? Poder representar, jugar bien un fútbol, pero también demostrar ese carácter, esa gana hasta el último minuto. Entonces sí, hay cosas que debemos corregir, creo que el cuerpo técnico se pondrá en eso y nosotros también, y nada, a seguir corrigiendo, a seguir creciendo, y bueno, esto es muy largo, ¿no? Y creo que la victoria es muy importante.
Explica'm com has viscut la jugada del gol. Fa la passada Rooney cap a Frenkie fa una gran conducció, una mica com segueixes la jugada. Jo ho he dit a la transmissió, que tu ens havies dit, havies començat de davanter, a Oviedo ja vas fer una gran assistència i faltava el gol. Com has viscut la jugada?
Sí, no la vi en el video, pero me acuerdo que sí, Frankie rompe, y cuando rompe dije voy al primer palo, voy al primer palo, y bueno, soy afortunado, gracias a Dios, de poder tocarla, de que la pelota entre. Me ha pasado una vez en el Barça B, que el partido se complicaba y Pimenta García me ponía para arriba y terminé empatando algunos partidos y todo esto, así que me vino un poquito de recuerdo de esos. Nada, feliz por seguir sumando, por ayudar ayudar al equipo, trabajo para eso, para poder sumar y bueno, nada, contento.
I la celebració ni te'n recordes, no? No saps ni el que has fet, no?
No, me saqué la
Tornes boig.
camiseta, hice cualquier cosa, ya ni me acuerdo, pero bueno, contento, feliz por eso.
Enhorabona, Ronald, i gràcies en nom de tots els culers, perquè aquesta victòria és molt important.
Gracias.
Un dels capitans, one of the captains, the hero, scoring the goal in minute 93, he said, yeah, I told the coach, I told everyone on the bench, I will play as a number 9 and I will score the winning goal.
Oh, there you go. A lot to analyse of what Ronald Araujo said there. Saying, of course, when he was called over, he said, I'll play as a number 9 and I'll score as well. He told the bench. He said that it's what the Barca fans want to see as well. Of course, they want to see the team play well, but they want a show of heart, of character, and that's what the team showed today, going until the very end, believing until the very end to get that winning goal. His mentality coming on, just to give absolutely everything to be there for the team when they needed him. About the goal, he said, when I saw Frankie make the breakthrough, making the run forward, he said, I'm going to the near post. I'm going to the near post. And that he'd done it with Barça Athletic, with García Pimienta, and that memories of that came back. Just valuing the victory there. Ronald Araujo, who was put in a tough situation, Pablo, because, of course, Andres Christensen comes on as a centre-back. So you don't usually see games in which two centre-backs come off of the bench. And Araujo's there warming up, thinking, am I going to get my chance today? And he has the full focus to think, okay, I'm being asked to do something that I don't usually do. I'm going to try and deliver. I mean, he used to be a striker back in the day when he was growing up, but we saw him make a couple of runs, one down the left, one down the right. He put in a good back cutting pass, and he believed until the very end, Pablo, and he scored the winner.
He's that sort of player, Araujo. Almost like no complaints, I feel, especially under Hansi Flick. He'll just come on and play where he needs to play, and he'll do his best at it. And as a number 9, we mentioned when he came on at 9, we were saying, we remember this. I think from the Ronald Koeman days, he used to get launched up there, and we had launched balls into the box to him, and not in maybe in such good circumstances, but when he went up there, I was just thinking, let's get something into him, and he wasn't really getting the service. The first one he got in, and it wasn't even a header, on the floor, he scores. I mean, it's unbelievable. And what he said on the bench is one of the favourite things I think I've had of the season so far. I love that when Tony let us in on that, and then, of course, Marek asked him about it, and he confirmed, I said, if you want me as striker, perfect, and I'm going to score as well. So there you go. I mean, a brilliant day for him, epitome of what he's like, I think, as a character, and a really amazing moment for all Barça fans that we'll remember for a very long time. Okay, well, we're seeing footage of the press room in which we're still waiting for Michel to come out. So when Barça play at home, it's the opponent coach first, and then Hansi Flick. So we'll still have to wait for a bit to hear from Hansi Flick in the press conference. Let's take the pin out of where we left it. And we've seen in the last few games, Pablo, players and Hansi saying, we need to improve things. We're not pressing like we did last year. Obviously, there's an issue there with, Rafinha's out, Olmo's out, Lamine Yamal's been out, now Lewandowski, Ferran's an important player in the press. So with all of those players out, it makes it more complicated. But Barca do need to find ways of solving things like this. They do. I think this season, one, is different to last. It just is natural. I think every season is. It's very difficult to just keep on the exact same streak. You can either get better or worse in some aspects, or you change as a team the way you play. I don't think it was ever going to be the exact same. We weren't just going to flow on like we were going last season. The injuries is a big thing. It really is. I do think we'd be a different team with the players in. I do. That's just one thing I want to make clear. I really do. I think that's just natural. But I think even at the start of the season, we were seeing games where these sorts of things were being said by the players, and it's good that they're saying them. I mean, Pedri probably is the most autocritical player in the team, where even if we win, he seems to have something that he wants to improve on almost every single time. Yep. But even when you hear Flick say it, some players say it that, we're not quite at it, which is what you were getting at, Robert. And I agree with them. I think we saw a spell in the season. I'm thinking around Newcastle, Valencia, Getafe, even Oviedo, the way I thought we played well against Oviedo, but for the freak goal, actually. Real Sociedad, I thought we played well for large parts of the game, where I thought we're back to sort of the Barça of last season. It's different, but we're back. We're dominating teams, we're penning teams in, and we're getting 3 points in games. It's just dropped a little bit now. partly due to, in my opinion, because of injuries. I also think there's something else that's happening there, and that Flick's got to tweak something tactically. I think he will. I think we heard Araujo say, I'm sure the coaching staff will look at this. They'll analyse things. What it is, I'm not sure. Whether it's that defensive line that isn't working as well this season. We know the loss of Inigo Martinez is big, obviously.
It's huge.
It's something that I don't think really personally can be brushed over, but it's a big player who's lost. But of course, Barça have got top centre-backs too. Whether it's the way we're pressing that Flick mentioned maybe isn't the same as last season, I think it's probably a combination of things. But the fact is, we're a different team to last season. This is a different season to last season. I think we're going to have to find different ways to win, to adapt, if we want to have the same sort of success. I do.
I think, there's definitely a sense that Barca, in the last few games, PSG, Sevilla especially, today especially in the first half, are giving away too many opportunities, one-on-one opportunities, and teams that are finding ways to break through, finding the correct run. And that, I'm guessing, is where Flick says, we're not pressing the way we are last year. We're allowing those passes to be filtered through, those passes to be played forward. We need to stop that at the origin, not so much the run. It's actually at the origin. We can't be losing the ball where we're losing it, and when we lose it, we can't allow opponents to play that direct pass through. We need to stop that. We need to intercept that. So I think it's a combination of, high line, where the defenders are, what they're doing, and then also attackers and midfielders. What do they do when the team loses the ball? I think there's also another thing. Last season, maybe because of the injuries of Araujo and Christensen at the beginning, Flick wasn't given that many options in the back line. So we saw a lot of Koundé, Cubarsí, Íñigo, Balde. Koundé, Íñigo, Balde. We saw that game after game after game after game. What did that give Barca? Consistency. This season, barring the Balde absence for a few games, there's been general health in the defensive line. It's the only line in which there's been health, but players have been available in that defensive line. Therefore, Flick has been able to rotate, and there hasn't been as much consistency in that sense, which is helpful in a way because it helps share out the minutes, fresher legs, but players aren't getting maybe as many repetitions.
Yeah, I think you're right. You are right. There was obviously he knew that Íñigo and Martinez and Cubarsí were his partnership, but this season, because he's got so many players fit, he's obviously trying things. We can see every week he's trying things. And he's not just trying different combinations. He's actually trying to flip the side of the two as well. He's tried Eric and Cubarsí. He's trying Cubarsí and Eric. And you can tell what he's trying to do. I think you're right there, Robert. It comes from before, because I think that line we're always going to keep. We're always going to keep it high. But if you play a high line without pressure on the ball, I mean, it's just free reign for the players, for the opponents, because they can play it in behind without pressure on the ball.
And granted, without Rafinha as an initiator on the press, without Ferran as an initiator on the press, it's Gavi as well. Fermin's been out. It's a lot harder. Right, let's go to the Olympic Stadium in Montjuic one last time. Marc Brau, why don't you give us your votes for player of the match?
Well, these are the kind of games that the points are absolutely different if the Barca win or not. And of course, with the 2-1, I have to give the 3 points for Ronald Araujo, because I think he played quite well the minutes as a striker, as a number 9. And when you score the winning goal, you deserve it all to be the player of the match. I want to give 2 points to Frenkie de Jong, because I think he was very consistent on the way he plays in the first half as an attacking midfielder. And I think it's important to say how physical, good condition he has to go to the ball after the pass by Rooney Bardghji and get the cross to Araujo to score the goal. 2 points for him, and 1 point for Marcus Rashford, because I think that he put the team on his back. I think that he tried everything, and he was one of the best offensive players today. He hit the post in an incredible free kick, so I think that 1 point has to go to him. Remember how will be the next week. Next Tuesday, Barca will play against Olympiacos in the evening, 6:45 p.m. Barcelona schedule. And next LaLiga game will be in Santiago Bernabeu against Real Madrid. As I said, it will be very difficult to have Hansi Flick on the bench, and it will be possible that not only one game will be the suspension, maybe it will be one more game, 1 or 2. But the most important thing is that Barca has to improve Also, Hansi Flick said that here in the flash interview position era, but now it's time to celebrate. Hansi Flick told me before the interview, okay, we suffer, but we have to celebrate. We won the game.
Thank you very much, Mark, and we would generally agree. Right, Pablo, your turn for player of the match.
Yes, I actually struggled picking this. I really did. I didn't know who to give points to and how to allocate them because it was such a weird game. We said it a few times throughout the 90 minutes, and I stand down on that. I think it was a really weird game in terms of the way things progressed. In the end, I went for Frenkie de Jong. I tried to go for someone who played the 90 minutes, and I went for de Jong because I think there were players who obviously came and went in the game and whatnot, but I think de Jong for the 90 minutes was consistent for Barça, as Mark said, giving him 2 points, and he got the assist for the final goal. So I went for him. I think Szczesny's got a big role to play in this win. I really do. I think there were moments in that first half where he made big saves. Even in the second, I think he was commanding when he needed to be. And I think he has to get his just rewards for what was a very, very difficult day at the office of Barça on a lot of occasions where we had a lot of one-on-ones to deal with. And then I have to give some sort of points to Araujo because at the end of the day, I hear what Mark is saying by giving him 3 points. I really do, because it was that sort of game where whoever gets the winning goal takes the prize, don't they? Really, and I understand that. I wanted to give it to players who'd been on for large parts of the game, which is why I've given 3 and 2 to De Jong and Szczesny. But Araujo for me has to be on the podium, so I've given him a point.
Right, well, I get what you're saying with players who've played the full 90 minutes, but I'm going with player of the match to the one who, for me, changed the game in a sense in the second half. I thought Fermín made a fantastic impact coming on in the second half, coming on as a substitute, came on fresh after the injury, which seems long gone, created a few opportunities, gave Barça energy, quality, shooting, finishing, passing, character. I thought Fermín was exceptional coming off the bench. I'm going to give 2 points to Araujo for those 10 minutes, for the belief of coming on in the final 10 minutes to play in a position that's not his position. Of course, he's been up there before. He knows how to head the ball in. Ultimately, the goal is a goal of a number 9. Yeah, the one of Ronald Araujo. As he said, Frankie breaks through down the right, and he makes the read. I go to the near post. That is a number 9 read. And
he's got that in his locker.
He's all character, he's all belief, and today that's what we needed in the final minutes when Hansi Flick had been sent off. It was like, okay, well, we've said it time and time again, but this was not our afternoon. Yeah. But there you go. And then I thought Marcus Rashford was good. It was a bit fluky that he didn't end up with a goal. He hit the crossbar. He had that chance in the second half saved by Gazzaniga as well. I thought Marcus Rashford did a good job, both playing on the left and playing down the middle. I think I liked him a little bit more playing down the middle, as a matter of fact. And I mean, honourable mention to Szczesny as well, because his saves in the first half gave us the kept us in the game and allowed us to at least go into half-time with the 1-1 draw. Yeah. Right. With that said, total votes.
Wow.
Ronald Araujo edges out a 1-point victory over Frenkie de Jong as player of the match. 6 points for Ronald Araujo, 5 for Frenkie de Jong, 3 for Fermín, 2 for Szczesny, and 2 for Marcus Rashford.
Varied. It's pretty varied, that. But
which is a reflection of the game.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy for Araujo that he's won it. I do think it's a game that, like I said, I think it's that sort of game that if you get the winning goal, you obviously take the prize. So I think Araujo, worthy winner. De Jong, I think, deserved his plaudits too. He gets up there, and the others too. I think you're right about Fermín. I agree. I think he changed the game even from left wing. I don't usually like him that much at left wing actually, but I thought he was excellent. So credit to him.
Right, well, games this weekend. We already know that Espanyol beat Oviedo yesterday, that Mallorca made a comeback in Sevilla, 3-1 for Mallorca, that Barça scored that late winner against Girona to take away the 3 points. And right now, Villarreal are playing Betis. Atlético de Madrid face Osasuna later on. Tomorrow, we've got Elche against Athletic Club, the surprising Elche.
Yes, I know. Who only just lost their first game, the other week.
Celta host Real Sociedad, 2 teams who are suffering in the relegation zone, or down below.
I think I've seen it, Robert. I think Real Sociedad have gone 20th today.
Oh wow!
Remarkable.
We'll have a look in a second. Levante will host Rayo Vallecano, and it's a Madrid derby. Getafe, Real Madrid. We'll see how scrappy that game is. On Monday, Alaves will take on Valencia. That means that right now, with the standings, Barça top the LaLiga table with 22 points, of course, with one more game than Real Madrid. Let's hope that Getafe can work the miracle tomorrow.
Let's hope that. I don't know how high my hopes are, but we'll hope for that. We needed to win today, though, Robert. We really needed to put the pressure on Madrid. I think if you went to Madrid potentially 5 points behind, you're in trouble early on, and you don't want to be in that pressure position going into the game immediately. Do you know what I mean? So now we know if we win in Madrid, we'll go top of the league, no matter what happens between now and then. So that's a nice position to be in. We'll feel like it's in our hands, and that will give us to a nice 10-point, the 10 game played point in the league too, which is a nice sort of like boundary to look at. But it's been a tricky start to the season. For now, we're just riding through. I think we've had the away game to Rayo, of course, was really tough. The away to Sevilla was a write-off, in my opinion, is the word for it. Now this one against Real Madrid is going to be the ultimate test of fire, isn't it, really, with the injuries we've got? Let's hope that many players can get back in time for that.
The situation isn't that different to what it was last year, though, I want to remind people, because we also lost last season in the game heading into the international break, and we also lost the Champions League game in Monaco. So it's October. There's a lot of things to improve, as Hansi Flick and Pedri have said, but keep calm.
Calm yourselves.
Villarreal and Betis right now playing for third place. With the game that's going on right now. And let me just confirm what you were saying, Pablo.
Yes.
That Real Sociedad have dropped into 20th, obviously pending their game against Celta de Vigo, who are in 17th.
Yeah.
So,
and look at Girona after the loss down in 19th.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We'll put the other part of the standings back on, because it's nice to see Barça in the top half of the table and topping the table ahead of Real Madrid. Next game, Olympiacos. Why don't we, while we wait for Mitchell to end his press conference and to be able to listen to Hansi Flick, why don't we take a look at the Newcastle highlights, because that's the game that we obviously want to replicate, really.
Yes.
No, I mean, we gave away a few opportunities maybe in that game at St James's Park against tougher position, but I thought Barca put in a fantastic performance against the English side.
Yeah, we were good on this night, Robert, I think, actually, and this wasn't an easy game at all. Newcastle came forward on quite a few occasions. We had players missing for this game too. This was one of the better chances. Joan Garcia, of course, was in goal on that night and made a really top stop. This one is the key one. Oof. Down low with the left, with his right boot there to deny. I think it was Harvey Barnes coming around the back. But I thought we managed the game well here. I don't think we were very good in the first half, but we managed it. We managed to at least keep Newcastle quiet, and it was a good away Champions League performance, and it allowed us to come out in the second half and produce a really good display. I thought we kept the ball excellently. The performance of De Jong and Pedri was superb, and that man there, Marcus Rashford, stole the show. That header I thought was excellent. You'll see the most ridiculous goal you'll see all season in just a moment, but I mean the first one I thought was a top header too.
Great variety of goals for Marcus Rashford in that game, displaying two different ways of finishing there. A proper header right across goal, out of reach for the keeper, and this is the one you're referring to, Pablo. A Marcus Rashford special. Bang.
Wow. I mean, it's just like, I just watched it on repeat, honestly, because the way he strikes it, the power, the dip he gets on the ball, and the way it crashes off the bar and in straight into the net is so satisfying. And yeah, it's one of those goals that we'll be remembering, I think, for a lot of years to come. And it was a really important second goal too for Barça. It meant that when Newcastle got this one, there wasn't really much left in the game for them at this stage, and well, that Barça were able to actually see out the last 6 minutes of stoppage time practically by keeping the ball with the likes of Pedri and De Jong. That long throw in there to deal with, which they did, and then in the end they were able to get rid of things and win the game.
Rashford almost scored one like that today with the free kick, hit the crossbar, bounced down, bounced out after. And I thought against PSG, if we want to see the highlights of that game as well, in this mini Champions League preview we're doing, I thought the first half hour was very positive from Barca. Right energy. Lamine Yamal, of course, came out firing as well after his injury, creating, wreaking havoc. And I thought the Barça had good control of the game in that first half hour, created opportunities, and it was the right attitude, the right way to play against the defending champs. Then Barça slowly started to lose energy, stamina, and PSG took control of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I thought we were really good in the first 20, 30 minutes, actually. I do. And we got our just rewards after two really good chances. This one finally went in. Lovely pass by Rashford, and the sliding finish from Ferran Torres meant that Barca took the early lead against PSG, and I thought we were in control. I know PSG had some big players missing on that night themselves, and I thought Barca looked really strong. I just think maybe with what we were talking about earlier, Robert, the concerns that have come up this season sort of came true a bit here. It was all too easy to break through us. This run from Nuno Mendes, I mean, he shouldn't be allowed to do that, I don't think. It's too easy. And this here, I mean, Kouaddis unlucky with the sliding in a bit too early, but the take is good from Mayulu, credit him. But it was too easy for Mendes, in my opinion, to break all the way up from his own left-back position into our own half.
That's what we were talking about, though, wasn't it? I mean, you need to stop it at the origin.
Yes.
You need to stop it when he starts that run, not late once he's already gained steam. It's when he starts in his own half. Don't allow him to break out.
No, yeah. And the second half, I mean, first highlight we saw there, I think was in the 85th minute, pretty much says it all. And it was basically PSG almost playing the ball around us, and eventually they got their winner.
This one reminded me of the Sorloth goal last year at the Montjuic Stadium late in December.
Yeah, absolutely, and happened in the cup as well, didn't it? In February.
Also,
Sorloth, thankfully forgotten about him for now until we play Atleti, but it was one of those games that we would have just taken a draw from. Would have been a good result, I think, all things considered. It's fine. It's not a problem. The league phase of the Champions League is long. We've got 8 games. We've got Olympiacos on Tuesday, which we'll want to get 3 points in it back home in front of our fans. But it was annoying to lose where we did. And I think it did show a few cracks that Flick and the staff would have been still thinking about that. Can we rectify them? Because I think we saw that in the second half against PSG. We didn't play the way we probably would have wanted. Not fitness-wise and pressing-wise anyway.
See, I don't want to call Tuesday a must-win game because there'll still be 5 games left after that, and we were just seeing PSG last season. They lost 3 games in the group stage, or the league phase rather, and still managed to make it through and then go on to win the competition. So there's proof there that if you lose 2 out of your first 3 games, it's
fine.
not the worst thing in the world, but I think in the week of the Clásico, with so much maybe noise, it kind of is a must-win game. It's just like a calm things down game against Olympiacos. Barca clearly have a more talented squad, even with the injuries. It's one of those in which you want to come out and put in a statement performance. It's like, okay, no, we're here to deal with business.
I completely agree. I always find that the midweek game in the Champions League before the Clásico is crucial for both teams. I think it's very bad news if you come into the Clásico having lost the Champions League game midweek. I just think that then the players thinking they're on a bit of a low. You've got to come into it with a bit of confidence, get some goals under your belt. Olympiacos will be a completely different opponent to Real Madrid, but it's a European game. It'll certainly be a test. They'll try and expose us in the way other teams have, and we've got to be up for it. I agree with you, Robert. I don't think in the complexion of the league phase it's must win. You know, if we get a draw or even a loss in worst case, we'll probably still be okay if we focus up from then on in. But in terms of mentality, I say the same about this game today in a way. This is why I felt this was so important. You don't want to lose the league game before the Clásico because you put yourself on the back foot. You put yourself in a precarious position. We've got the win today. Let's get the win on Tuesday, and then we can think about Madrid.
Definitely. And I think Hansi Flick showed us that Tuesday's game is extremely important as well. Maybe not a must-win, but extremely important. He took off Lamine Yamal and Pedri with... 20 minutes to play still?
Yeah.
At 1-1. So, just an indication of how important it is to rest those players, to have them arrive with fresh legs against Olympiacos, and then obviously Real Madrid as well. So, Hansi Flick showing us that is an important game. Can we see that reaction again, guys? Can we see that reaction to the goal which you were just showing us with Marcus Sorg reacting emphatically to that Araujo goal? Is that Cazador running onto the pitch?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I don't know if we want to show that too much. He might get a yellow card because of that. Look at that. Fantastic
Such
reaction.
a good moment. I love it. And there was even stuff like off that image as well. You saw Lamine and Pedri run down and Flick as well, who was next to Rafinha with some great reactions. It was brilliant, really brilliant.
Well, Michel is still talking. So I think maybe we can listen to the hero of the game, Araujo, once again. Can we get the interview back with Marc Brau? If we can listen to that again, we'll show it to the people watching still. The interview with Ronald Araujo. Can you confirm if we can show it? Because I think it's worth listening to the game winner today, Ronald Araujo. There we go. Let's listen to him.
Yeah, maybe it could be the last interview of the Barça Live, but what a way to end the show with the hero of the victory al costat de Ronald Araujo. Ronald, què tal? Bona tarda.
Bona tarda.
M'ha dit Toni Fernández que a la banqueta has dit, ahora voy a salir de delantero y voy a meter el gol. ¿Es verdad eso?
Sí, es verdad. Cuando me llamó el míster para preguntarme si me animaba a ir de 9, le dije, no dudé en decirle que sí. Cuando me estaba poniendo la camiseta le dije, entro y meto el gol. Contento por la victoria. Se nos complicó un partido difícil. El Girona la verdad que nos plantó cara, jugó bien, tuvo muchas ocasiones. Y bueno, contento porque nos llevamos la victoria de cara a una semana importante, ¿no?
És el que t'anava a dir, m'ho deia Pedri, m'ho deia Hansi també, una mica d'autocrítica també, no? A Sevilla no es va jugar bé, es va perdre, avui s'ha guanyat, però moltes coses a millorar, s'ha concedit molt, no s'ha pressionat bé, però també s'han de guanyar els partits, no? També s'han de guanyar en dies així.
Sí, bueno, este equipo demostró esto también el año pasado, ¿no? Ese carácter de remontar muchos partidos, sacar esa ganas, ese carácter hasta el final, de luchar, que es lo que nuestra gente quiere también, ¿no? Poder representar, jugar bien un fútbol, pero también demostrar ese carácter, esa gana hasta el último minuto. Entonces sí, hay cosas que debemos corregir, creo que el cuerpo técnico se pondrá en eso y nosotros también. Y nada, a seguir corrigiendo, a seguir creciendo y bueno, esto es muy largo, ¿no? Y creo que la victoria es muy importante.
Explica'm com has viscut la jugada del gol. Fa la passada Rooney cap a Frenkie fa una gran conducció, una mica com segueixes la jugada. Jo ho he dit a la transmissió, que tu ens havies dit, havies començat de davanter. A Oviedo ja va ser una gran assistència i faltava el gol. Com has viscut la jugada?
Sí, no la vi en el video, pero me acuerdo que sí, Frankie rompe y cuando rompe dije voy al primer palo, voy al primer palo y bueno, soy afortunado, gracias a Dios, de poder tocarla, de que la pelota entre. Me ha pasado una vez en el Barça B que el partido se complicaba y Pimenta García me ponía para arriba y terminé empatando algunos partidos y todo esto, así que me vino un poquito de recuerdo de esos. Nada, feliz por seguir sumando, por ayudar al equipo, trabajo para eso, para poder sumar y bueno, nada, contento.
I la celebració ni te'n recordes, no? No saps ni el que has fet, no?
No, me saqué la camiseta, hice cualquier cosa, ya ni me acuerdo, pero bueno, contento, feliz por eso.
Enhorabona, Ronald, i gràcies en nom de tots els culers, perquè aquesta victòria és molt important.
Gràcies.
Un dels capitans, one of the captains, the hero, scoring the goal in minute 93, he said, yeah, I told the coach, I told everyone on the bench, I will play as a number 9 and I will score the winning goal.
There you go. Ronald Araujo, the hero of the game, the centre-back who played number 9 today and did so successfully, scoring the winner in the 93rd minute. Right, we're waiting for Hansi Flick to step into the press room. Mitchell has finished his press conference, and I'm eager to hear from Hansi Flick as well. We'll see if there's any explanation, any reaction to that sending off, which, Pablo, might keep him off, probably will keep him off of the bench at the Bernabeu.
Yeah, frustratingly it will. As Hansi Flick steps in, he won't be there at the Clásico. Let's hear from him now, though, Robert.
Yes, and we'll say goodbye. We're back on Monday with game preview, Champions League live training and live press conference on Monday, and of course Barça Live on Tuesday, Barça Olympiacos. So we'll see you then. Thank you, guys. Visca el Barça always.
Visca el Barça, bye.
Bona nit. Comencem, doncs. Comencem amb les ràdios, com bé sent tradicional, sí, ho aniré donant torns.
Bona nit, Hansi.
Hello.
Mireia Ruiz, en directe a la TDT de Catalunya Ràdio. Després d'un partit com el d'avui, amb les condicions amb les que arribava el Barça i com s'ha desenvolupat el partit, què és el que et deixa més content, més orgullós i el que menys? Gràcies.
No, sometimes it's like that, you know. We didn't play our best match, but at the end, we fight till the end of the match, and we score this goal. and I hope so. It gives us confidence for the next matches. So this is what I hope. This is what I hope.
Hola, Hansi, Marta Ramon, en directe a RAC1. Ens pots explicar, des del teu punt de vista, la seqüència de l'expulsió? Què ha passat perquè Gil Manzano t'hagi ensenyat les dues grogues que t'ha ensenyat i després, si ens pots explicar també la teva celebració?
No, it's like, for me it's like, you know, Frankie was there and I said, okay, come on, Frankie, and maybe Frankie get a yellow card, but I really it was not an action for the referee. So, and the second one I don't know exactly why. The celebration, well, I saw it right now. I didn't know that, okay, but at the end it was against no one. Maybe it was about our game, our performance we made, okay, maybe like that we won this, and of course then I'm happy. I'm really happy, and I never go against anyone. So it's for me, it's football, it's emotion, and I also say nothing about the referee. Come on, it's his decision, and I have to accept it. I just what I can say. It was not against him. The clapping the hands. It was to give my team to push them and. Maybe the yellow red card also helps them to get back in the match.
Hola, mister. Aquí delante, Adrià Alvets, en directo para el carrusel de la serie El que te jugas Barça de Ser Cataluña. Sobre la expulsión, no sé si ha podido comentar algo con Gil Manzano, si le ha explicado los motivos, si lo entiende, y qué supone para usted perderse un partido como va a ser el clásico en el Bernabéu, si le afecta mucho.
I don't think about this. You know, it's not good because normally I want to be always available for the team, and I tried to say something to him, but no, he didn't spoke with me. So it's like that. It's okay, and he goes his way, and of course I accept it. He's the referee. It's the referee.
Hola, Hansi, Elena Condis de la cadena COPE. Acaba de decir que ha intentado hablar con Gil Manzano, pero que el árbitro no le ha hecho caso. ¿Por qué cree que le ha ignorado, en este caso Gil Manzano? Y si me puede valorar también dos jugadas controvertidas, porque han protestado desde el lado del Barça un posible penalti sobre Rashford y después ese gol que ha anulado el árbitro por una posible falta de Eric García.
No, for me it's the decision the referee made, and also we have the VAR, and there was nothing different. So they confirmed this decision, and we have to accept it. And so for me, the referee makes the decision on the pitch. I just can say what I say to you, that was not what about him. It was more of my team, and of course if he don't want to speak with me, it's his decision also, and I have to accept it. I'm not sad about that. It's just like that. It's okay. I have to accept it.
Hola, señor Flick. Víctor Lozano en directo para el Radio Estadio de Onda Cero. Son ya muchos partidos con muchas actuaciones arbitrales en contra, con la moneda al aire, siempre cayendo cruz para el Barça. ¿No cree que desde el club debería alzarse un poco la voz? No le digo a usted, que al final es el entrenador, pero que de alguna manera haya alguna reacción ante tantas jugadas pues controvertidas y que siempre caen del lado del rival, como pasó en Sevilla, como ha pasado varias veces en el clásico de la temporada pasada, que al final el equipo acabó ganando. ¿Falta una reacción por parte del club para parar esto?
Wow. It's only, it's the view of Barça. I think other clubs have a different view. At the end, it's like that, and we have to play. And at the moment, we are leading the table, so it's a good situation. So Real Madrid has to win tomorrow, so we'll see tomorrow what happens. at the end it was for us. Of course, we are not playing. We are not playing a very good like last season. I think also we are missing against the ball when we are pressed. We are missing the dynamic we normally have, and when you have the dynamic in the defense, it's also have the same dynamic also in the offense. And I missed this a little bit, and hopefully this goal, because it was for everyone. Everyone celebrate this goal in different ways, of course. But at the end, it's like that. We needed it. This goal and this victory today. It was very important.
Buenas tardes, Mister. Felicidades por la victoria. Josep Capelén, en directo a Teledeportiva Radio Nacional de España. Me gustaría comentar dos nombres propios. Uno es Araujo. ¿Cómo se le ocurre el hecho de meter a Araujo justo en esa posición, que al final ha marcado el gol, y si está especialmente contento por él, porque haya sido el que haya marcado el gol? Luego por Lamine. Hemos visto que saltaba al terreno de juego una vez acabado el partido y cojeaba un poco. Si Lamine está bien o si vuelve a tener problemas. Gracias.
No, I think he's okay. We will see tomorrow. I didn't spoke with him after the match, and he said also nothing. So I think it's a good sign. And it was clear that he only plays 60 minutes, round about 60 minutes. And of Ronald, of course, before we make this change, I spoke with him. I said, do you think that you can play this? And he said, yes, I can play. And I'm really happy for him, because he always play with his whole heart for this club, for this team, and I'm really happy for him, and of course also for the team and for the club, for our fans. It was amazing.
Hola, Hansi, ¿qué tal? Raúl Fuentes en directo para Radio Marca. Al final ha salido bien la apuesta de Ronald de 9 con ese gol en el 93. Decías que Lamine no estaba para 90 minutos, pero a la hora de hacer el doble cambio, que también ha salido Pedri y Lamine, ¿con el 1-1 no era demasiado riesgo o lo has pensado mucho o no?
No, but we have no another chance to or option. For Lamine, it was clear, and Petri also. Petri made a lot of matches, had a lot of minutes, and we also take care about him. We have to take care about him, and sometimes it's like that. So we made this decision, and it goes well. And for me, it's top also. Then Tony played the first 45 minutes. Also good for us to keep also Firmin not playing from the beginning. So then we have to make different changes. I think it was the right strategy for this match today.
Aquí Ivan Sant Antonio del Diari Sport. Insistint una mica amb el recurs d'un central jugant pràcticament de davanter centre, no sé si ho havies fet servir alguna vegada al llarg de la teva carrera, i sobretot si coneixies que era un recurs que havia fet servir diverses vegades a Johan Cruyff al Barça amb Valenciano.
No, I didn't know this, and I think I didn't remember that I did it before. So no, it was just for because also Ronald is also really good in the training in front of the opponent goal. So it was about that, the feeling that he can change this match.
Sí, hola, Gabriel Sanz de Mundo Deportivo. Quería preguntarle por dos aspectos. El primero por Rashford. Ha jugado en la primera parte de extremo izquierdo, luego lo ha puesto de delantero centro. Si le convence como recurso contra el Real Madrid. Y en la segunda cuestión, en 8 de las 9 jornadas de esta liga, usted ha cambiado jugadores en el descanso. ¿Qué lectura se puede hacer de eso? Gracias.
It's like that. So, maybe first question. No, I will answer the second one. So it's for me, it's like you have to make decisions as a coach, and today was like we want to change something. Of course, Firmin is now ready for playing 45 minutes. So this is what also we thought before. Maybe we can bring him in. I think it was the right decision. So, and of course, sometimes it's like that in the halftime. And then you have so one more option to change players. So it's also good if you are convinced about the situation that you have to change it, you have to do it. So and we did it like this.
Última pregunta.
¿Qué tal, Hansi?
Okay.
Marfuste para Jugones de la Sexta. Teniendo en cuenta lo que contabas de que en la expulsión estabas aplaudiendo a Frenkie, no sé si esperas que el club pueda recurrir esa amarilla y de esta forma, aunque dices que no piensas en más allá y en el partido del Madrid, si de esta forma poder estar en el Bernabéu.
I think there is no chance. So it's like that. So the referees decide this and they see, okay, maybe it's about his decision, but it was not about his decision. Okay, it was really about to pushing Frenkie and like that. And he was standing in front of Frenkie. But it was not like that. I can say this, but at the end it's like the decision he made and I have to accept it.
Moltes gràcies. Bon vespre a tothom.
Gracias.